GeekCon, all blended with wit, sarcasm, and a pub-like atmosphere. We're adults talking about adult topics and using adult language. We laugh and make jokes about almost everything. We don't intend to upset, but some folks have their feelings hurt easily. This is all done in humor in the style of the great offenders such as George Carlin, Red Fox, Lenny Bruce, Richard Pryor, Robin Williams, Wanda Sykes, Sam Kinison, George Lopez, Lisa Lampanelli, Chris Rock, and others. So grab your vice of choice, sit back, relax, and get ready to enjoy yourself in the company of great people, hot toddies, and guests alike, because here we come.
Put that long day behind you, good times lie ahead. With company worth keeping, that'll bash a smile on your head. Come on in, the door's open, you'll find just the finest folks here. Pull up a chair, grab a drink, and lend our stories your ear. Cause we're the talk the tavern. Here you're always welcome. The talk the tavern. Promising beer and bedlam. The talk the tavern. Music, medicine, then some. The talk the tavern. The song's over. Here we come.
And welcome to May 16th episode of Talk of the Tavern, Middle-Aged Geekery with Dana Beaufait, and we're going to be talking about belly dancing and makeup and cosplay and a bazillion other random things. Let me go ahead and do the intros here and we can get rolling. First, we'll start with co-host in life, co-host on the show. There's Andrea. What's your vices today?
You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Water.
Oh,
water. Because I didn't make more coffee, so.
I'm underwhelmed. Didn't you make iced tea?
It's not ready yet.
Oh.
It's not quite ice.
Oh, baby. Ice.
Ice, baby.
I'm doing the typewriter. Anyhow, and our special guest today, of course, is Dana Beaufait.
Hello.
What's your vices?
I've got iced coffee.
What's your mug say?
It says, good beer, good food, good people, bad parking lot. It's by the Greenleaf Tavern. They have a mug night, so if you buy the mugs, then you get like cheap refills on tap, and they've got like 37 beers on tap or something crazy.
There's one thing I like, it's a cheap refill. That means second date, right?
I don't know, maybe.
Maybe.
In some kinds.
Moving on.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where... let's see here. Let me go on with my vice. Is that all your vices before I just start running on? And...
Currently.
Oh, okay. So what I have here, I have a buttery nipple and a drink called a buttery nipple.
Yeah, you do. Nice.
It's a spot too much butterscotch liqueur in there. But while we're here, let's do the opening toast. Now, there's a video that I should go find and post of Dana at Mysticon this year. And she and her husband are featured like 3 different times because they were so much fun. And that's why we like went, who else can we get on? Dana. So here's to a talented person who is just a bucket load of fun. Thanks for showing up.
You're here.
Yeah. Tink, tink.
See, I'm much more fun once we're not doing tech checks.
Hey, you gotta get the business stuff out of the way. It's cool.
We do.
It's cool.
Oh, and what else do I have? I have coffee, and I might add ice to that and make iced coffee because it's cooled down. And then I have an empty ashtray and a lighter and no cigar or pipe. So I'll probably go get that in a moment. I just haven't picked one out. Last night we met with one of the Fat Boys, which is a cigar group that I'm in, and he gave me 4 cigars. So I think I'm going to be pulling one of those out and putting it in my mouth slowly.
I took one of them, so you only have 3 now.
Did you come grab that one that you wanted?
I put it in my case.
Okay. Well, you put it in your case, but I pulled it out, so I might have put it in my humidor. You got to come steal it back again.
See what I have to deal with, people?
It's a hellish life you live, woman. I don't know how you put up with me. This much awesome in one tubby body. Wow. Also, we have a storm coming. See, normally I ventilate the house when I'm going to smoke. Yeah, we have a storm coming, so I'm torn if I want to put the fan in the window to pull the smoke out. I guess I can. It might be really entertaining in about an hour when I'm like, hold on, fuck!
Whoosh!
Oh, did you get part of the storm the other day, Dana? Monday night?
Oh, yeah, we definitely got rain.
We got trees that were uprooted and fell 12 feet from our house.
Oh,
And then one branch through the wall.
Yeah, we actually had a branch about as thick as my wrist come through the wall.
What?
Pretty
Oh,
cool.
we didn't get nearly that kind of rage.
It was very awesome. I'm like running outside with the camera, and Andrew's like, "Get inside!" I'm like, "But
stop doing it for the views! Stop doing it for the views!"
It happened minutes before we got live on Twitch. So instead of just recording on my camera, I went live on Twitch on my camera because we lost power. I sat here and watched a chain of like 5 transformers explode in a rain of, sparks. So yeah, just whipped out the camera, and then it led up, and we toured the yard where we had not only one tree totally uprooted, it's like a 3-story tall tree. We had 2 other trees. The top half were just ripped off and dropped, and those are like 3 to 4 feet away from the house. So we got to, one little hole in the wall is so much better than what could have happened.
Yeah, that's insane. When I was younger, during like a blizzard, I had a tree fall through my window.
Wow.
That's like the only time I've ever experienced that. We have a giant tree in our backyard. I'm just hoping that never happens.
See, I grew up in South Florida, and I went through many hurricane seasons, and so I've never been terribly concerned about it. It's, if I see a tornado, my logic is don't run too far and too fast, because if it's going to get you, and then you're just going to be tired when it kills you. You can't predict the path and the odds of it getting you where you're standing versus where you just ran to. It's kind of the same.
Tornadoes freak me out. They're like the most unpredictable thing ever. Like a hurricane could come through and I would have no problems because Virginia. But
prepare, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's worse? Sharknado.
But see, I really like sharks, so I would probably just be excited.
You'd be out there broadcasting on Twitch also, right next to me. Look, there's sharks in the...
I finally got to swim with the sharks, guys. Look.
Dana, why don't you tell everybody what you do? Because I've mentioned makeup and cosplay and belly dance, but I love our creative people that are doing so many damn things that they're never sitting still. It's my favorite type of person to hang out with because I'm the same way. So why don't you tell them whatever about what I talked about and what I missed? I'm going to risk opening the window while you do that.
Okay. Well, I grew up in a very creative and like an arts and sciencey type household. So, and surrounded by people who basically, if they couldn't afford it, they made it, and they couldn't afford a whole lot. So I don't know. I do a little bit of everything. If there's a hobby, I've probably tried it. Anything artistic, I've done.
Don't forget gaming on Twitch.
Yeah, I just started streaming on Twitch again. I tried it like 3 or 4 years ago while I was in Japan, and it was a lot of fun. But then life got hectic, and I was like, all right. And I didn't really game too much after that. But then I started gaming more, and I was like, I'm going to stream on my Twitch channel again. So I'm playing, currently I'm just playing Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire, which is a pirate role-playing Baldur's Gate type game. And it's really fun. I just created my character. She's a paladin rogue.
Nice.
Gotta have both sides, I'm a Libra, so.
I swear to God, I will rob you.
I will rob you in the name of my God.
That's a very churchy logo there.
Right.
Give me all your money, praise God.
Right? Oh, that's a dark mirror right there. I do graphic design. I draw, watercolor, all the classic forms of art. I do like 3D crafts, like sculpting and costumes and armor goes into that. My husband helps me with the armor stuff.
And you dress like cheese.
I do. I have a cheese fairy persona that my mom actually came up with. We had the adult food group fairies, which you guys are a part of.
I was the wine fairy.
Yeah. I love
chocolate love.
Chocolate, wine, and cheese. I mean,
there's a threesome.
Right?
For everybody in the chat, I put up the link to Dana's website and her Twitch channel.
Do we want to show her how to auto-host right now? And that way anybody who's watching and following along, if you like the show enough, hold on, I got to explain it to the peoples. If you like the if you like the show enough, you follow what Andrea's telling you and do it. And then every time we come on air, in theory, if Twitch is working right, we'll also broadcast across your channel. Now, I will warn you, if you love us a lot and you want to do this, but we're too controversial or inappropriate, hey, we get it. Some people are pussies and can't handle it. You don't have to host us. It won't hurt our feelings. But we'll know you're wimpy. No pressure.
Are you ready?
Okay,
Step
go.
1.
I'm hushing.
Throw bits at us. Okay. Go to the top of the screen where it has your name, your channel name, and there's a drop-down list. Go to that and go down to settings.
Settings.
And then under settings, there'll be profile, Twitch Prime, channel and videos. Click on channel and videos.
Right click, open a new tab. That way you can still hear us on our channel and start suddenly without us going, what's next? Fuck, I changed pages.
Well, she can hear us because we're on Skype.
Right, she can't, but everybody else following.
It actually opened another Twitch video like mini window, so I can watch you on Twitch and do this.
Yeah, see, you can still watch it. Okay, and then under channel and videos, you will see auto host settings. And you click the little thing that says auto host channels, and you can go down to host list and type in all the channels, and those are the channels that you will auto host. And you put them in the order in which you'd like them to do it. Because you can move them up and down, and it'll go down the list, so whichever one is live will go first. And let's see, I'm going to put...
Hey, Andrea, which one of these cigars did you want?
Hold on. The Oliva.
Okay, thank you. Darn, that's one I already lit.
What?
Nothing?
And so, Dana, I just added your channel to my auto host. So when you actually go on and do your live, and we're not live on the air, it will put you on our channel. We'll auto host you.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm probably going to go and stream for a couple of hours right after this.
Can I talk to you a little bit about that?
Awesome.
Yeah, of course.
Now, are you going to do it on your PS4? Or...
No.
Okay.
I have a PC.
Okay. Do you have a PS4 also, though, don't you? Didn't I see that on your...
yeah, I've got a PS4. So yeah, that's what's behind me.
If you go on your PS4, you can directly attach it to your Twitch, and you can broadcast straight from your PS4, whatever you're playing. Hey, there's Mo. Hi, Mo.
Thanks, Mo. Here's to you.
Hi, Mo.
When Mo saw you as the Cheese Fairy, Mo thought you were beautiful and looked awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. I didn't know if Mo would say that out loud, so I'm passing the compliment on.
That Cheese Fairy outfit is so much fun to wear. Like,
it's very cheesy.
It is. It's so cheesy and ridiculous. And I'm one of those people who like loves puns and dad jokes, and so I can just be my full cheesy self.
Well, here's the thing. I remember when we were going to the contest and you were the cheese fairy, you came out with perfume that smells like macaroni and cheese.
I searched for that. I found it on Etsy. I was like, somebody has to have made this. I don't know how, but...
And we had Cheetos and things, and you put your fingers in the bag to get the cheesy finger. She does it all. She goes all out.
Full commitment.
It was great.
Even told cheesy jokes.
I did. You helped me look up cheesy jokes.
It's a gift.
That's what he does.
Should I smoke the really mellow medium one, or should I smoke the intense one?
Just not mine.
Really the bottom line, isn't it? I think I'll go with the intense one. Let's try that. Challenge accepted.
Will it go with your buttery nipple? Do you want an intense buttery nipple, or do you want a mild buttery nipple?
I want a turgid buttery nipple.
A turgid buttery nipple.
Make sure you pronounce that properly, because that can go very wrong.
I want a turgid. Turgid. See, it's a romance novel throwback.
Okay.
His turgid throbbing member.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's dirty.
That's how I like my nipples. Turgid and throbbing.
Oh my goodness.
Not my
so
nipples.
Dana, do you have any events that you're doing coming up? Performing or putting on or any of the such?
Going to hanging out.
At the end of the month, I'm going to Asheville, North Carolina to Abs Fest, the American Burlesque and Sideshow Festival.
Nice.
I'm probably going to film some video stuff there. I'm just going to help out Madam Ansa.
We've had her on the show.
Oh, yeah? I didn't know that. I'll have to go and find that video.
And we will be happy to have both of you together on because, fun.
Oh, yeah, that would be great. I love hanging out with Ansa.
She's a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, she puts on this, apparently it's been going on for like 12 years, because she used to live in Asheville, and she put on this burlesque sideshow festival, and it's my first year going, but I've heard great things. I'm doing some graphic design work for the festival, and so I'm going to go and be like stage manager, assistant, and help out with stuff like that, because I've done a lot of stage work and event production stuff, so I'm pretty good helping hands in the event world.
Something else you and I discussed is collaborating on YouTube videos.
Yeah.
So that's something we can talk about
YouTube
today.
videos.
Well,
I have so many that I want to do and film and make.
Well, we make a list, see what we can do together, and see, the hardest part for me is I want to put it everywhere. So I'm like, we'll both put it up, which is not sensible. You want to share one link, not two. So, yeah, what I think we'll do is we'll just have to trade off. You know, we have to do 2 or more every time we get together. That way we both have one. And I'm willing to be like a makeup dummy if you want to do makeup on me and make me pretty.
Oh, that would be cool. I like that idea.
And Andrea...
He lets me do it.
Yeah,
I've always wanted to try like a glitter beard situation.
I'll be in the shower 3 hours. God damn glitter.
Oh, I will never leave your house. The glitter will be there forever.
Well, and one of our cats gets in the shower. So then we'll have a glitter cat.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That's almost worth it just for that.
Glitter cat.
See, I am so paranoid. After the storm last Monday, you know how you get that rush of wind and that it sounds like a God's vacuum heading towards your house. I have a fan in the window and a fan here just to blow the smoke through. And every once in a while when we get quiet, I'll hear this whoo behind me. I'm like, is it that storm wall?
It's God.
Dun, dun, dun.
He's coming to vacuum. Oh, by the way, Andrea, our neighbors has a tarp across their whole roof now.
Oh, no. Did they get a hole in their roof?
Either that or her house was cold. I'm not sure which. If it's chilly, bring it inside. But it's a house. You can't.
Okay.
Did we finish on
we were before... Oh, go ahead.
With the PS4 thing, did we finish that? Did you want more info
Oh,
on that?
no.
Or do you never plan to do? Okay.
I don't know anything about. I don't have a camera for my PS4, so I didn't know if
You don't
that was the thing.
need it, but considering you're a hot chick, it doesn't hurt.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm saying you have advantages over viewership that I do not, which is why I have Andrea, so I have hot chick appeal.
Right. Anyway.
She has
Okay.
cleavage. You just can't see it.
Yeah.
With that shirt is what I meant, not like ever.
Right.
It's if I have cleavage, I have to
It's
wear
all
my
right.
pants like those young kids nowadays. Butt cleavage.
No butt cleavage. No. Before the show started, we were talking about anime. You're an anime person. You like anime. And you were telling me about this.
Yeah. I'm not like a super anime fan. I would say my husband's probably more, but I do have a couple that I get into that are really, really awesome.
Okay. What are they?
Well, I'm currently rewatching Sailor Moon because they came out with the crystal versions. I'm a huge Sailor Moon fan. What's the other? I watched most of Naruto. I have a couple of animes that I really do want to watch, but we just watched an anime last night. It's called Fate Zero, and it is not for children.
Any tentacles?
So, actually, yes. Actually, there is a whole
let me put that on the list.
Episode. They don't do a whole lot of like sexual stuff. It's mostly like panty shot type anime, but it is violence and gore. Like, if you don't mind evil characters that actually act evil, like, you're just like, ooh. I mean, I usually root for the villain, but that might be a little too real for me. This show is definitely your show.
See, I like a good villain also, in that if they shot the movie from the villain side, he would appear to be the good guy, because he's got logical, reasonable reasons for doing what they're doing.
Right.
All
good villains think that they're doing the right thing.
Yes.
They all think that they are doing the right thing. So, yeah, no, that's definitely the case for some of these villains, but some of them are just like chaotic, evil, absolutely mad, like just want destruction. Like, one of the guys thought that he was like murdering children because he thought it was God's will and he thought it was beautiful. And so...
See, that's just ridiculous. Yeah. Now, if it's because you ran a kindergarten and dealt with them, or else you ate at a McDonald's when there's a kids' party, that's more believable.
No, he was just like a teenager, like a psychopath, like teenager.
Yeah, the kind that tortures puppies and pull wings off flies.
Oh, yeah. Like, no empathy at all for anything.
That's so sad.
And he was a mage, so he had magic powers to do all of these evil things that he wanted to do. And I don't even know if he's the worst one in this group of like 7 characters.
See, people always, they're like, well, you can't kill the kid and you can't kill the pet because you lose your audience. And I'm like, I don't know. There's points where doing that, it creates more empathy. And then on the other hand, some people just relate to their villain better after he kills a kid or,
they had another kid, and he has a much lighter story, and so I think they balanced it with having like a teenager who is just completely fucked in the head, and then a kid who's like really just trying to prove himself and get like approval, and his story is a lot lighter. So I think they balanced it with that.
You know, to tie this in, last night we watched an episode of Supernatural that had tentacles.
Supernatural! I love Supernatural.
I just started watching it like a month ago and working my way through. Yeah, never seen a single episode before. Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah, but I'm enjoying the hell out of it. It's just a fun show with a nice dark story arc, but a lot of very real, natural humor. It's a beautiful thing. I've always encouraged that sort of. Go ahead.
I love Supernatural so much.
Mo is a huge Supernatural fan too. It's really Mo and Tara, who's Mo's mother. They both enjoy the hell out of it, and yeah, I just never had seen it until recently for no good reason other than I hadn't seen it yet.
He just recently had watched Walking Dead also.
Yeah,
So.
I'd seen season 1 right after it came out, and they just never bothered to go back to it. And I went, it's up to that many seasons now. Let me watch it. It's obviously got
Let
something.
me see what all the
people.
hype is. Yeah,
and I enjoyed it pretty well.
Sam and Dean and Crowley. Oh my God, I think Crowley is my favorite character. I don't know if you've gotten to Crowley yet.
Thank you, Mo. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we're on
Yeah.
season 7, so Crowley's been in for
Oh,
about
okay.
2 seasons now.
Actually, I take that back. Felicia Day's character is my favorite
Haven't seen
character,
her
but
yet.
she's in like a couple of episodes, so.
Yeah.
she'll be coming up soon. You're almost to that.
Well, she's just fucking adorable
Thanks,
and
Mo.
awesome.
Right? I love
Yeah.
watching her. I watch her Twitch channel too. She plays Cook Serve Delicious, and it cracks me up.
Nice, nice. Do you want
Yeah, it's like.
Uh-huh.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go on. Tell us a little bit on it. I'm curious what is Serve Cook Delicious?
It's a game on Steam, and it's based, and I think you can get it on like as an app too on your phone.
Okay.
But basically, you open a restaurant and you have to like speed prepare people's meals. So every day you pick like a set of food that you're going to make, and then you have to like they'll send orders through. And you have to make them as fast as you can and as correctly as you can.
Gotcha. I've seen it. Okay.
Get the stars. Yeah. But you also have to like take out the trash and flush the toilet and clean the rat cages and like the rat traps and stuff. It's hilarious.
Stop serving rats.
She's not serving rats. She has to make sure that the
you
rats
know
don't
of.
get to the food. Well, maybe. Ratatouille. It's hilarious.
The show or Ratatouille?
Both.
The movie. I love the movie.
The movie Ratatouille
Yeah.
wasn't my favorite.
Yeah.
So cute.
I'm like, yeah, just pull his hair. Make him cook you dinner.
Well, that explains what she's doing in the kitchen when I'm cooking.
Maybe that's just me.
Just do it this way.
Cook my dinner. Arr.
I know that you also teach belly dance classes.
I
Do you still do that?
Not currently. I teach right now. I'm focusing on workshops and like bigger, intensive type chunks of classes. But I've been teaching weekly belly dance classes since I was like 16. So yeah, I have experience in it.
Just a little bit. Huh?
Just a
Nice.
little bit. I'm a second generation dancer. My mom opened a studio when I was younger. She taught out of community centers before that. And so I helped teach at the studio and at the College of William and Mary for a few years before I moved out and started my own life. And then I taught in Japan. I taught basic classes in Japan. And we had like a little dance troupe over there for a little while. And then I came back and everybody seemed like pretty good in the area. So I wanted to like do a different setup and go into more rounded projects and travel and stuff like that.
So what's your project right now?
I'm working on a couple of collaborations, doing choreographies with other dancers online, like over Skype, and then we're making costumes and we're gonna perform them at random events. I'm also
Like a mob, flash mob type
yeah, kind of like that.
Nice.
And then I'm working on planning a couple of events, which I'm not going to talk about yet because they're still in their brain fetuses, as I call them.
Okay.
They're not fully born brain babies yet. They're still brain fetuses. So
My mind additionally just went to the ideas that we go. No, I'm not going to work on that one anymore. And what that means.
oh no.
I'm pro brain choice.
Pro brain choice. Yes. You have the choice over your artistic brain fetuses.
I've got issues.
Yeah, and then just like I'm also trying to get back into some of my art projects and trying to maybe meld those together. Oh, I'm going to be doing Ravens Night. I'm working on my dance for Ravens Night that's in DC the first weekend of November, so like right after Halloween.
Nice.
And it's a big show. Like she brings Belladonna Bohem brings in people from all over the United States, and they all make a piece for the theme of that show that year. So this year's theme is Memento Mori. So it's going to be nice and goth and spooky.
I like it.
Yeah, so I'm brainstorming. I'm working on. I think I want to do like a big puppet armature, like Lion King style, you know?
Oh.
Yeah. So
how do people get tickets to come see you perform this awesomeness for Ravens Night?
Ravens Night, you just go to ravensnight.com. I don't know if they have the tickets up yet because it's still pretty far away, but the tickets are usually about $20. They have it at the Birchmere, which is a pretty big place in DC. The venue is pretty large.
Okay.
So yeah, just
I'm
online.
gonna pop the link into the chat, so if anybody wants to put that on their calendar.
Yeah, it's a great show. They encourage. They have a show out in the lobby before the main show while you're waiting for your tickets and getting drinks, and they encourage everyone to dress up, like everyone in the audience, and to dress up. And then they have a live music show as like a pre-opening show, and then they have the theatrical themed show after that.
Nice.
And it's like dinner theater because you sit at tables and you can eat and drink while you're watching the show.
Oh, bonus. Kind of like this show. You
Right?
can sit, eat, and drink while you watch this show.
Yes. Sit, eat, and drink. I got my coffee.
Hey, coffee. But I don't know how I feel about cold coffee. This is wrong.
So yeah, I've got a fancy coffee pot that makes really good cold coffee. Because we drink a lot of coffee. So yeah, that's a project that I'm working on. I'm also trying to get back into tattooing. I tattooed as an apprentice for 3 years, and then I had some trouble with that. My mentor left without telling me and moved to Chicago.
Oh.
Can we
say
if you show us your portfolio, we'll offer to... is it horrible for me to go, I want a free tattoo if you're decent? That's what this is boiling down to. I didn't know how to phrase it politically nicely. Where we'll be your subjects for you to practice on if you don't suck.
I mean, I'm not like super fantastic, but my line work is good and my shading is okay. So like I was learning how to do line work and then shading, and then you usually go into color packing and that kind of stuff. So I never quite got to the color packing, but I have done some black and gray and some like line detail work, and those are usually my favorite. So I'm pretty decent at that, and I can show you some of my stuff. And maybe we can work out a tattoo video or something.
I'll record that for you.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I've got a high pain tolerance, so if you're just like a grinder,
I've been told I have a really light hand.
Okay. It might be one of those things where you need to be heavier handed then. I don't know. I've never tattooed. I know the concept, but I don't have any practical experience.
We have lots of them. We have lots.
Yeah.
We do. And there's actually some black and black and white work I need done. I guess white's the wrong word, but
line work.
Black and gray.
yeah, black and gray. I have some of that I actually need to have done. And it's one of those things that when I have an artist I like, I look for their
Mhm.
strengths. And if it's one of those things where you're like, no, I just need to practice my art, then we can stick with these very basic, simple black and gray pieces I need. And then when I want what this artist offers, I go have them do what they do best. And
Oh, that's nice.
So if you need a practice person, you
Yeah.
can practice on him.
that's what I'm
And
saying.
we could stream it.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
I will definitely. I'm gonna need a little warm up because I haven't done it in a few years. I was actually just working on my machine last night and trying to get it back up into snuff. I'm very particular about sanitation. I learned how to
Good.
properly do all of the things
That's important.
while I was in my apprenticeship.
Mhm.
I just didn't get the signatures so I could go and apply for my license.
Gotcha.
So I've been through an apprenticeship, but I don't have proof of that.
And-
So,
And unable to
where-
contact them and ask them to sign off.
oh yeah, no, he completely
Gotcha.
disappeared. Yeah, no, it was. I
It was a mob hit.
It was an under the table situation. When I got into this tattoo shop, I was desperate. I wanted a tattoo so bad, and this shop was just taking people at the time, and it was shady. It was really shady.
Now, on the other side of what I'm offering, if you're like, yeah, I don't do free work, as an artist, I understand that term too.
Right.
So-
Well, I mean, usually what happens when I'm practicing and I'm just getting into the swing of a new technique or whatever,
Mhm.
I usually just charge the bare minimum to cover some of my supplies, which
That's
is usually $20 to $30. So
An hour.
no, I don't usually charge by the hour because I don't know how long it's going to take me to do
Gotcha.
your tattoo. I usually charge by type and size.
Okay. Yeah. Well, there are those two techniques for charging, and by the hour, keep in mind you don't have to tell them how many hours ahead of time. Once you get
That's
into
true.
it, you can go, look, I charge this much per hour, a minimum of 1 hour. So any piece is going to cost you that much, guaranteed. I don't care if I put a single dot or whatever.
Right. Well, that's what the minimum is, right? So, at the shop that I worked at, it was by piece, by size. Usually, when tattoo artists start to tattoo by the hour, it's because it's a really large piece that's going to take them a long time, or it's because they know how quickly that they tattoo and how long it's going to take them for that particular piece. So by the hour prices generally go for bigger, more detailed pieces. And then because it doesn't make sense to charge by the hour for something smaller that you could finish in 30 minutes,
Gotcha. I have never not been charged by the hour, if that helps you with an idea of what
Oh,
I'm doing.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even my first tattoo at 21 or 22 or whatever it was.
Well, and everybody's different too. Every single tattoo artist, tattoo shop, they all are different.
That works for me too.
You find your thing.
What is
Yeah,
your
all over the world.
What's your YouTube and your Twitch channel going to focus on?
My YouTube and Twitch channel? That's a good question.
And-
I'm not very focused on themes in my life, so I'm not sure what my channel.
You're going to be like us.
Mostly artistic stuff. Anything that you could consider creative or artistic, I guess, would be my work. Yeah, other dancers. I like going through people's lives. I'm always interested in how people do things, how they travel or how they put together their projects, their brain process in how they organize projects and how they think about stuff. So I'm always interested in other people's point of views. and maybe telling people more about what they do, because I feel like sometimes with social media we get so focused on like one part of us that we're trying to push forward, and it's really hard to be like, well, I also do this other stuff that's really cool, but I don't know if I should talk about it on here because this is my business. And
Well, you could talk about it on Talk of the Tavern. And by the way, Andrea,
right?
did you have something to say? Because you started to talk and we kept going.
Yeah, we talked about belly dance.
I'm just putting the YouTube channel and Twitch channel links in the chat. That's all. Continue.
Okay, by the way, Mo says my tattoo had a size and time fee. Got a partial refund after because he did it super fast due to my high pain tolerance. I've had a lot of tattoo artists tell me I don't flinch, I don't move, no matter how hard they're pushing, what they're doing. So that's one of the things. Yeah, when they're like, well, how long can you last? I'm like, how tired does your wrist get? Because we could just see who quits first.
That's awesome. You know, I love I love victims like that, because you never know what's going to happen when someone sits in your chair. And I have seen some really bad sitters for tattoos. Luckily, I wasn't tattooing them, but I was in the shop while they were being tattooed, and it was not fun. Like screaming, "Why are you doing this to me?"
Oh, God.
Like
drama.
It was insane. It was super drama.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous at that point.
Yeah. Sometimes
you're paying the person to do that to you.
So because you're a masochist, shut up and take your art. Like a
Yeah, no. I basically have like I am super nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not like one of those douchey artists that is just like all about like it doesn't matter how you're feeling. Like I'm very concerned about what is going on with my tattooee, but if you flinch or like move around too much or am not doing what I need you to do, I will stop after 3 times, like until you can calm or come back later or whatever. Like
you'll always get that warning from me of, hold on, I got a scratch. Give me a second.
See, that's all we ask for.
And there has been times where I've quit.
I gotta sneeze.
But the only time I quit is when they started going over what they did 3 hours ago. They're like, it's not bleeding. I could touch this up. And I'm like, after like 20 minutes, I'm like, no, we need to not do that. You know, if you want to work on a different, fresh part, that's one thing. But, and that was on the
ribs. Back. When you go over the ribs like 4 or 5 times, it's like,
well, this was on the back, and they were filling in color. Sensitive. So it was right on the spine, and that muscle of mine that cramps up on my shoulder. My traps, I guess. So yeah, after a while, I'm just like, yeah, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah,
and that's fair.
Okay, real quick.
Yeah.
Everybody, go in the chat and click on the YouTube link and subscribe to her channel, and then go to the Twitch channel and hit follow. So when she gets on there, you get notifications. Okay.
Yeah. Now,
thank you.
Here's why.
Come be a weirdo with me.
Absolutely. And here's why you should be a weirdo with her. I like her. I want to work with her and a few other people as they grow their YouTube or Twitch channels. And there is something when we hit a certain level where we can create a team where we all can support each other. I don't know how it works. I haven't investigated because I'm not to that point yet. I don't need to know why I get the extra information. I'm just going to forget anyway.
We will.
So that's what I'm looking at is other creative people, especially people who are all over the board, but really anyone. By the way, Mo, I would love one more ink drawing for you. No color, something Talk of the Tavern, preferably with Kevin, Elizabeth, and Ed if you can, because on my Patreon I want to start offering a coloring book, and I have you and Elizabeth and Michael Thompson all kind of tagged on a note here.
Make sure you sign it, Mo.
Right. Because I'll take that one picture you already did of Andrea and I, and then this other one, and I'll put it in the coloring book, and I'll have different artist features in this coloring book that I give away as a Patreon freebie.
Yay, coloring books!
Yay!
If you draw, that'd be good too. You can too.
I do draw. I was trying to see if I could bring up some of my stuff. I don't know how I would show it on here, but
You just hold it up to the camera this time. Thank you, Mo.
okay. I was trying to see if I could bring something up for you.
And again, as a starving artist, I'm not offering cash at this point in time. So if you're like, I want paid, I am not offended. I get it. We all do.
But we can make dinner.
Good. Yeah, absolutely. We'll cook for you.
I love a good barter, man.
Yeah. The thing is,
cook.
I'm thinking with your flash mobs or whatever you do, I can be there with a camera. I cannot dance. I don't want to participate, but I can film. Go ahead. Just right to your camera.
Nice. Here, let me see if I can hold it and you can see it. Here's one of my...
That's wonderful.
Nice.
Beautiful.
So this is part of a series. It's called my Spirit Gypsies.
Mm-hmm.
And they're based off of other dancers and their tattoos. So they're standing with their tattoos instead of having them on her body. So let's see if I...
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
So,
if you want to do, of course, Andrea dances.
Here's another one with a dancer and her tattoo.
Oh. I think I know who that is.
She's got that rooster on her leg.
See, if you're willing to do a picture for the coloring book, Andrea, of course, is a dancer, and she also has 14 or 16 tattoos or whatever.
That would be cool.
And by the way, anybody who does do art that I include in this book, that art is still yours. You can sell it, keep it. I'm not saying you can't use it. It's mine.
I also have a comic book character.
And Andrea's excited.
that I need a writer for because I'm shit at writing.
I have written comic books before.
Yeah? Actually, you might be really good for this because I need it to be like comedy, fantasy, but like still dark.
We could do that.
Yeah.
So he's my main character his name is Little Sinner, Lil, Little Sinner. And he's this little demon. He's about 3 feet tall.
I like him. I like your backdrop too. I like that cityscape.
Little chubby. Thank you. So he's actually one of the sons of Satan, but he thinks that Lucifer is too serious and all of the sins are way more fun than he makes them out to be. And so he moved to the mortal plane and opened a bar. And so he actually is a bartender and he talks to people about like living life and being, so like his favorite thing to do is to like drink martinis and smoke. And like,
I have ideas. How possessive are you with your creativity? Do you want me to just do exactly what you tell, or do you want to collaborate? And I can do either.
I've had this character for so long and haven't been able to figure out a story for him. Okay. So I really do need like a collaboration at this point.
Okay, so you need a story that you can draw to as opposed to you draw a story and I write around your pictures.
Right.
We can do this. No, this is... The last guy who contacted me went, okay, I drew out the whole comic book. Here's what I'm imagining for each page. And he gave me like a one-line description. And he says, I need about 1,000 words for the comic book. A couple of hours later, I returned 3,000 words to him, and he was just, this is awesome. This is great.
That's awesome.
I never expected this much. But if it's something I enjoy, and goddamn, that looks fun, and you tell me if you want a comic book or a comic strip, or both, because there's nothing like, do a whole comic book, but then you have a dozen comic strips that you can use to splash around social media.
There's a Little Sinner tattoo I did on my friend. That was the second tattoo that I ever did.
I like that. Let me see.
The first tattoo that I ever did was on a pig's foot.
On a pig's foot? Oh, okay. No, that makes sense. Andrea, tell me how to type out a cheer. It's ! cheer.
And then your number.
No space.
Let's see. Oh, I did this on my friend's leg. It's Rage McMuffin. That's her D&D character's nickname. She was a barbarian, and we called her Rage McMuffin.
I like it.
So she got a tattoo of it.
Now, I can be... give me attention. I can go grab some of the spray paint space art I did this past weekend.
Oh, I love that stuff. Yeah.
Okay, I'll go grab them.
Our kitchen is a space diner. We decorated it as a space diner.
Oh my god. Oh my god. You have to see this table that I'm going to make for our breakfast nook. So so I live near the Virginia Air and Space Museum. Yes. It's right across the street from the dance studio that I was teaching at. And we were walking around playing Pokemon Go. And the Space Museum chucked a bunch of their like display boards. For one of the exhibits they had done in the back by the dumpster. And so I saved one. It's this big round piece of wood and it has a galaxy on it and it says, "Are you alone?" on the front. And we're going to turn it into like a giant breakfast like nook table for our kitchen.
Nice.
It would be perfect for that.
That's great.
Oh, that's so cool. I love it.
We have a lot more that's hanging in the kitchen.
That's so neat. Yay!
Thank
I
you,
like
Mo.
that. That's so cool. I want to learn how to do that. I did airbrushing for about 6 years at Busch Gardens, and that looks like so much fun. Not to mention I love spray paint and graffiti. Oh, that looks great.
This is so easy. And we had a spray paint party where we invited people over, went, bring $5 for supplies or bring some spray paint and we'll supply the rest. And this one here, I want to do some fairies because MarsCon next year is very themed. I'm trying to get the glare off.
Oh my god, I'm trying to figure out what my costume's going to be. I can't even.
I realize this planet looks a lot like the Pepsi symbol.
Oh yeah, it does.
Whatever.
And I thought about like totally redoing it. I'm like, hell, give it a Pepsi look. Who the hell cares?
Yeah.
There'll be a Coke.
It's a diner, you know.
Right? Oh, I love that theme. That's a great kitchen.
If you're trying to do cheers, just type cheer and the number. Don't put any other marks or spaces or any of that, and it'll work.
No quotes, no anything like that.
No, nothing.
But yeah, I'll be happy to teach you how to do that, and you'll be amazed how easy it is. Matter of fact, I even printed out a cheat sheet with what order to do the steps in, so I don't forget when I don't do it for a year.
That would be so much fun. Here's some of my airbrush work from when I worked at Busch Gardens. That's on a t-shirt.
Oh, nice.
Oh, see, I just want to use you, Dana.
This is Ghost Man.
Oh,
nice.
Space Ghost. Space Ghost.
That's on a Space Ghost. That's on a t-shirt as well.
I think I even have airbrush stuff that I bought and never used. I might still have it on my craft shelf, and I would give it to you just so it gets used.
Oh my goodness, I love airbrushing. This is also on a t-shirt. This is a magic card recreation.
Oh, nice.
Nice. It feels very Pisces.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, so I love I don't know. I just love doing all kinds of art.
When you type cheer, no punctuation, and then the number, and just hit enter.
And you
or you can hit chat.
In the chat box. Enter. There you go. Yeah.
I definitely want to be the cheese fairy for Mars. I see that Mo is.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I definitely am going to be the cheese fairy, but I also want to do. So I've been playing around with
2 other days.
Right, and and everyone's already seen the cheese fairy, right? So I can't just be the cheese fairy. Come on.
Are you going to be there Friday?
I will probably be there Friday.
We should be having.
I can't really say because military schedule. But.
Understand.
Well,
we
should be doing a live show Friday night. So.
Awesome!
A 4 to 5 hour live show with the first 2 hours being story time and tea time, where it's family friendly.
That's my thing.
She does the tea. I read my kids' book. So does a few other authors I know.
Let me explain.
Yeah, explain.
I tell everyone to get their kids in their jammies and their little blankets and pillows and come for story time. So for the first 2 hours, we have all these child authors read the books and things for the kids. And then we have a little break. You put the kids to bed. Then you come back. We have drinks and talk at the tavern.
Nice. That sounds awesome.
Where we get a little grown up, a little naughty, and a little inappropriate. And basically just... It's like what I want to be.
I can show up for that.
MarsCon's room party. In other words, not a room party. It's something anybody could walk into, and you don't get too crazy or wild. You come in and you hang out and you chit-chat with people. And I'm doing a whole show the whole time, which means you could ignore me and visit with your friends, or you could listen to the show just like you would in a club.
Nice.
But, by the way, we are going with a gin punk feel. So instead of steampunk, we moved it forward to the Prohibition era, and
So
we'll
that's
dress
what we do.
20s and 30s, gangster, flapper, whatever. And since our whole feel is kind of that with our logo and
Punk?
everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
instead of calling it booze punk or gangster punk, we went with gin punk.
I like gin punk. That's really nice.
So it'll be kind of like a speakeasy, but
Yeah.
everybody will know about it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've been working on special effects. Dex and I made face casts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So I want to do a fairy that has like some crazy prosthetics
Ooh.
and like makeup work. Where
Nice.
I want to, but I also want to do like a good fairy and a bad fairy. There's so many options. Fairy is so broad. You can literally do anything.
Is Dex willing to partner with you again
Oh yeah,
and fairy up?
I'm slowly getting him addicted to cosplay.
Well, just so you know, he
He
is
seemed
more
really into it because it was good.
yeah.
Oh yeah, he really liked that.
And he's welcome to hang out with us where it's laid back and he doesn't have to be in the middle of it all because we're fringe people.
Right. Yeah,
I'll be
he's
working.
he's
so.
a little nervous about camera stuff sometimes.
He did great on those.
He did.
And
He was in character.
you guys were my closing thing, which I try to put one of the best things at the end. And the kiss between you two was great. And it was you or Wolverine was going to be the very end. And I wanted Wolverine until you guys did that. Then I'm like, damn it.
Damn it. Yeah, that was super cute.
Yeah.
I was like, I was watching that video and I was like, oh, there we are. There we are again. There we are. I was like, yes.
Well, when like there's when there's you and Jinx and Andrea and one other, and then Wolverine comes up and joins, and you all start dancing. Fucking awesome.
So
I don't know what we were doing, but
I think we were just in the hallway. Just everybody joined in.
Mm-hmm.
it's like, do something. Okay.
Yeah,
I need to find another place to wear that Hellgirl costume because that was so much fun.
There we are. Okay, I'm gonna post the. Hold on, let me make sure it doesn't actually start playing. I'm gonna post the video to the thing here.
Getting so dark.
And then it is 1:57.
It's raining.
Oh yeah, we should go into a break. See, look how awesome you are because we're
I
like
have to
just
keep them
totally
on
forget.
track.
Hold on, I'm pasting that link. You guys watch that video.
Do a good bad fairy. A good bad fairy. Like half of you and
Yeah, half and half.
That could be a challenge.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm gonna throw us into a video here.
Okay. So everybody mute and we'll be right
Everybody
back.
being us three. Yeah, we'll be right back. We're getting refills. Where's my
Refills.
Oh wait,
More coffee.
There it is. Okay, here we go. Shh. Sit right back and relax, or get up and get a drink and refill what you have, while the cast and cohorts and co-hosts of Talk of the Tavern do the same. Now here's the testimony of some of the great people we've had on Talk of the Tavern or previously on Sounds of Steam. Enjoy.
This is Gail Carragher, author of The Finishing School and the Custard Protocol series, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern.
This is Aiden Sivart, Steampunk Indiana Jones.
Hey, this is Scott.
This is Samantha.
And we're Frenchie and the Punk.
I'm Karen Kay, also known as the Fairy Lady and editor of Fae magazine and also founder of Fairy Events.
This is K.W. Jeter, author of Infernal Devices and Fiendish Schemes.
Kircher here. I play Beaufait in the Hobbit trilogy, and you are listening to Talk of the Tavern.
This is Trevor Crafts, executive producer and creator of Lantern City.
This is Lord Bobbins of Teslacon. Huzzah!
Steampunk Funk Bazaar here, Lord Monty right in front of your radio.
Hello, this is Professor Elemental. When I'm not taking a bath in gin or trying to invent a new kind of badger, I'm listening. Oh, yes.
This is Stephen Davis of Raising Steam UK, 2-day steampunk festival in Reading. Enjoy.
I'm Thomas Williford of Brute Force Studios, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern.
This is Commander Bob of Victor Sierra.
Je suis la légendaire princesse convertie de Victor Sierra.
Hi, my name is Sarah from Valentine Wolf.
Hey, this is Braxton from Valentine Wolf.
This is Aileen the Peacemaker, the founding editor of Beyond Victoriana, the multicultural steampunk blog.
Hey, this is Joseph C.R. Vortek, otherwise known as Electro Swing Neo Vintage DJ Vortek, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern. I hope you come out of it in one piece. I'm not sure I did.
And don't forget about our other shows during the week. Tuesday, Middle-Aged Gamers on Wednesday, and Virtual International Pub VIP on Thursdays. Make sure you join us there, 1 p.m. Eastern to 4 p.m.
Hi, my name is Ashley Rogers. I'm the organizer of the Copper Claw.
This is Calamity Dawn, mixologist of Airship Passepartout.
This is Commodore Lorpicar of Lost Saints Curiosities.
This is Jimmy Diggs of the Crypto Historians, reminding you that the future is in your hands.
This is Gabrielle Reel.
Hi, this is D. Clarence Snyder, writer of the Bright Future series, and you are listening to Talk of the Tavern.
This is Professor Marcus O'Bannon, the Chief Scientific Investigator for the Crypto Historians.
This is Lady Gatita of Nerdvana.
Hey, this is Angie Vello from Ghostfire.
This is Hannah Titania, Queen of the Fairies.
This is Jeff Platt of Highland Steamworks.
This is Danielle Ackley McPhail, co-author of Baba Ali and the Clockwork Gin, and you are listening to Talk of the Tavern Radio.
Hi, this is John R. White, author of The Tales of the Airship Neverland.
This is Catherine Gleason, author of Anatomy of Steampunk, The Fashion of Victorian Futurism.
This is opera singer Katie Cat.
This is Keith Prusak of Bad September.
This is Captain James Barrington of the mighty Claxton.
This is Emily Leverett, and I'm the editor of Big Bad and Anthology of Evil, Volumes 1 and 2, and you are listening to Talk of the Tavern.
Hola Radio Escuchas, les habla Lady Smoke de Sociedad de Steampunk Argentina y Sindicato Dieselpunk.
This is Melanie Grace with Live Steamy.
We are Warren and Betsy Talbot of MarriedWithLuggage.com.
This is Christopher Meeker, author of Hawthorne, Chronicles of the Brass Hand.
This is Mickey Wonderland, Steampunk Fairy Princess of Wonderland with a fresh cup of Mad Hatter tea.
Hi, this is Margaret McGraw, author of the prompt writing blog WritersSpark.com, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern.
Hello, this is Mishkin from Bird Eats Baby.
This is Nim Derringer of Airship Hypatia.
This is Painless Parker.
This is Persephone Burroughs Dimebagger, co-captain of the Airship Hypatia.
This is Psyche of Psyche Corporation.
Ahoy, me darlings. This is Misty Massey, author of Mad Kestrel, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern.
I'm Ellie Ann from Steampunk Homes, author of Slice of Life and The Silver Sickle. Hope you enjoy the show.
This is Captain Jared Cornwall of the Melanie Rose.
Hi, this is Lucy Luminos with Tinker the Web Series.
This is Travis Fessler, the steam-powered circus freak from the Pickled Brothers Circus.
This is Scott Norman of The Wars of Other Men.
I'm Mr. Cat of the Cat in Black Art, and you are listening to Talk of the Tavern.
This is Wendy Callahan, author of The Cronus Clock.
This is Daniel Burrow, creator of Tefra, the steampunk role-playing game. Cheers and gears and good gaming.
This is Tempest Wolf, actor and producer of Tinker Web Series. Tinker by name, Tinker by nature.
This is Shelley Dusick, the captain of Vandalia, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern.
Did you know Talk the Tavern also publishes books? Make sure you look us up online. We're on Amazon.com. Okay, and we're back. We're just waiting for our guest to come back so quick we could talk about her. I'll give a quick
She's awesome.
Give a quick shout out to our new follow, which I'm going to pronounce very carefully. Ice Wallow Seamean.
Yeah. That's
yeah.
Welcome. Okay,
hey,
you're
thanks
here.
For the follow. We'll see how it goes. Either you're very clever or else you're horrible, but we kind of appreciate both, so you'll probably
be thanks for the follow. Either way.
We got a new follower while we're in our refill break there, Dana.
Yay!
Yeah, it's well, I'll let you look at the screen and then you can pronounce it in your head.
Wait, look at this screen.
Yeah, the Twitch
the chat. And we wait.
And we wait.
Like, wait, where is it?
Do you see
Should be in the bottom.
You see the chat?
Yeah.
Below where Mo, and then I posted a link, and then it should say Stream Elements.
Uh-huh.
Read
Oh, okay.
the Stream Elements thing.
Aw.
There you go. She got it.
Yeah, so like I said,
Yes.
this new person will either
Either way.
fit right in or be kicked right out. It all depends.
Right.
It could go either way at this point.
Who knows here?
Welcome. Might have a nice sense of humor, you know.
It might, absolutely. It's just so you know, if you do chat and we chat back with you, we're probably just going to call you Ice. Just so you know. They probably just love hearing that phrase shouted out. And they're going, ha, made him say it.
Right?
That's why I would do it.
There we go. That's true. That's true. That's probably why
Oh,
you do it.
I'm looking at our bit goal thing, and we are 33%. Oh,
I went and
everybody
fixed it.
fill up that glass.
Yeah, especially since we missed Monday.
Yeah.
With Monday being gone, that's usually one of our big bit throwing nights. And I originally had it set with an X or 0, so we were only 3.3% to the way to our goal, and I went and fixed it. So now we're...
Well, and you may notice that we have a little kitty cat sleeping. You can do exclamation point eat, and the kitty will eat something, or that thing, and disco, and it will dance.
Oh, that's so cute.
Or pet, and it'll be like, pet me, or rar, it'll get fierce. Okay.
There we go.
It's just something for them to play, to play with.
And also, if you watch the chat box, guys, and read the things from Stream Elements, because you get shots from us, they're like points, and then you can go spend them on sound effects and everything like that.
Or bad dad jokes.
Yes, you can spend them on a bad dad joke, and then I'll tell a bad dad joke. You know, I wrote a whole book of them, Dana.
No.
Called 201 of the worst dad jokes. You're welcome.
Oh my god, I love dad jokes.
Hey, it's Madam Perry.
Hi, Madam Perry.
Madam Perry, I haven't forgot about reviewing your podcast, but I got it after I was in bed last night, and then this morning I had chores to run and then set up the show. So it's on my to-do list.
We still have
for after
trees
the show.
down.
We do.
We have uprooted trees everywhere.
That's another reason why we need the bits. We've got to get a chainsaw.
Also,
the bits.
And Dana, Madam Perry has a podcast. Madam Perry, this is Dana. She's awesome. She does all kinds of awesome things. So maybe y'all should get together and interview.
She's a fun, intelligent, creative, strong-willed woman, so she'd be perfect as a guest on your show.
Yes.
So, and by strong-willed,
we're just pimping you out there, Dana. Sorry.
Hey.
And Madam Perry at that, too. Madam Perry, if you like, go and post a link to your podcast so people can have more awesome stuff to listen to. It's fun. It's like you're in a genie bottle.
Ooh.
But I always loved I Dream of Genie, so it worked out for me. Let's see, what else do we have here? Oh, I wanted to comment. I love your hair and your ears. They look fucking great. They're awesome. Yeah. And I see you.
I love wearing cat ears. I've worn cat ears. So one of my first Halloween costumes, my mom made me a pair of cat ears. And then I wore them all through high school. And now they're popular. So I can get all the different cat ears I want. And I can wear them all the time.
See, if only when we were in high school, and maybe you did this, but, when I was different, like many of us creative folks were, and we were always worried when somebody criticized us, and we kind of crumpled inside of ourselves. Not that we don't do this as adults, we just don't show it on the exterior anymore.
Right.
But
that's so true.
Yeah, if only we could have gone, well, you know what, you do your thing, I'll do mine, it's all good, and then let the haters hate. Yeah, that would have been so nice. That's something I'm trying to teach my kid.
Right? Well, and luckily, like, the social climate is becoming more acceptable of people being themselves.
Right.
So, you can wear crazy things and have crazy hair and piercings and express yourself.
And still get a job.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. And then weird becomes mainstream, and suddenly what you're doing, people are like, now I've got to hate you because I'm anti whatever is popular. Like, I've been doing this for decades. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Right? I've always been this way. You guys just caught up.
That's right. And don't worry, 2 months from now or 2 years from now, nobody will be doing it but me again. So shut up.
Right?
Mo's applauding.
Very good.
And thank you for the bits there, Brokey. Appreciate that.
You guys watch Steven Universe, the bits?
Never. But I met the guy who did the voice.
Yeah, we met the guy who did the voice at Mysticon, which was awesome because we had just started watching Steven Universe when we didn't even know he was going to be there. We didn't even look up the guest artist. And then we showed up and we were like, oh my God, we just started watching your show. It's amazing. That show is really deep. Like the topics, they talk about gender, they talk about sexuality, they talk about like molestation. Like they talk about really deep subjects, but it's in cartoon form. So it's actually really nice for like, it's a good kids educating show with like teens without being like too aggressive.
See, I've never heard it put that way. I might actually watch it now.
Now tell us your opinion on Rick and Morty.
Oh, I love Rick and Morty.
It's another one we haven't watched yet.
Rick and Morty is like the Adult Swim version of like Rugrats. Like it's just, you guys would love Rick and Morty. Your sense of humor, like it's Rick and Morty is dirty but intelligent. It's raunchy, but like it's got some feels sometimes. I don't know. It's hard to explain Rick and Morty.
Visually, it looks like the Adult Swim version of Back to the Future if that car can go to more than just through time. But I haven't watched it, so I don't know. But he kind of looks like Doc Emmett Brown, and of course a younger kid could be Marty. So it's got that same feel visually from.
And Mo, you're fine. Just chatter away.
Yeah, Mo. We'll turn back and go ahead and read everything you have there. And I didn't get to speak to what was his name again? Not Jacob, Jake, not anyhow. Steven Universe voice.
Steven Universe.
Yeah.
I got to talk to him for about 5 seconds in the hallway as he was heading to the taxi to go. It just never worked out where I could get him in the same room. Next time I'll just have to go, hey, Mo, you're part of Talk of the Tavern. If you have breakfast with somebody like this, just pull out that camera and do 3 questions. Just 3 questions. Zach.
Right. Zach. Very good, Mo.
Well, he came to our room party, but he wasn't old enough to drink, so he had to have a chaperone.
Yeah, he's like younger than my kid. I talked to him about his hair.
That was Carla chaperoning him, right?
Yeah.
I love Carla.
But he was really cool. Like, he was definitely a very mature person. It was just, laws and stuff.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's I'm a firm believer in backing the drinking age down to where they're used to it by an adult. That way they do it responsibly instead of binging. But whatever.
Yeah. I was raised in a house where I was able to taste different alcohols, but never like drank. Right. And then so by the time I was able to drink, it wasn't a big deal.
Right. And that's how it
Well, what I don't understand is, hey, you have to sign up to go fight for this country, but you can't have a drink. What the fuck is that?
Well, you can't once you sign up to fight for this country, you can have a drink on the military basis.
You can't. I didn't know that.
I
don't know if that's true anymore.
It might not be. This information is, it could be outdated. And if somebody's watching.
Because I was at a bar on base, and we went by whatever country we were in's age limit. So, like, in Japan, you can drink when you're 20. So everybody on base could drink if they were 20, even considering they were on like American soil, but the age was brought down to whatever the country's limit was.
Right.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, I believe in the European attitude of, here's your watered down wine or beer with dinner, and There you go. So
Yeah.
by the time you're out on your own, if you're going to get drunk, it's because you're a drunk, not because you're a kid who doesn't know better.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I totally agree. I think, and when kids are like, when teenagers are given more responsibility, they become more mature. Like I don't know, we coddle our kids too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And then
amazing what repercussions teach people.
Right? And then they act more like kids, and then everybody complains, and then it's a vicious cycle.
I told my son when he turned 13, welcome officially to your teens, though logically, 10 is start of the teens. If 20 is start of 20s, then 10 is start of the teens. We just don't have the word teen behind it, which we could, by the way. So it's 11. No, 10 would be 10 because that's the abbreviation of teen. 10.
11
but when you
teen.
get 11, no, it'd be first teen, sec teen, third teen, 14. Like first, second, third, fourth.
I'm just going to say 11 teen because I like that better.
Well, okay, I can go with that. But yeah, I told my son when he was 13, I'm like, you are now, I want to treat you like an adult, start training you to be an adult. And by the time you're 16, I want you to be an adult with 2 years practice in home left. But you should be able to get yourself up, cook yourself dinner, drive yourself wherever you need to go, etc., etc. You know what, though? I'll tell you what. Well, as a parent, it's a beautiful idea, but the kid has to be on board with the plan. Because when they go somewhere else and suddenly they have no responsibility of repercussions, suddenly, yeah, it's your plan.
Mo, that's a no.
That's true. Well, you also have to get their hormones on board with all of that too. So
yeah, I figure
that's another thing.
If we could teach them to adult when their hormones are going wild, once they chill out at 20 or 25, whatever age they chill at their hormones, then suddenly they'll be like, self-control is so much easier because
this makes so much sense. Yeah.
Solving the problems of the world. It's revamping the whole system.
Mo is showing their mathiness. Wouldn't 11 teen be 11 times 10, so 110? No, Mo. No. Okay, I'm done.
Go read The Hobbit. What did Bilbo call it when he turned 111? Here's a trivia question. Well, Monday nights we have a giveaway for rare coins and a few other goodies, and we need trivia questions. We should write that one down.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, what was it again?
What did Bilbo say his age was when he turned 111?
Okay.
And it's not 11sies. That's after second breakfast.
Yeah, that's the food time.
That's right. So I'm really interested in she could do the next thing. I could just watch this for the next.
He's so fascinated by that.
Oh, here's something. You two are belly dancers. You'll love this story. So a kid I grew up with who we're still friends. I met him when he was 3 and I was 5. And that's right, Mo. He has always been able to roll his belly. And preteen, when we lived right across the street from each other, I was always fascinated. I'm like, do the belly thing. And he would take his belly and you'd watch it roll down and then he'd roll it back up as a preteen boy. And now that I'm older and know belly dancers, I'm like, this guy could have been such a belly dancer with that kind of muscle control.
There is a guy. There is a guy belly dancer. Oh my God. He does that. It's so awesome. I can't remember his name now. God.
There's a couple that have become really popular lately. There's Bagoas.
Yes, him. I've seen him. He's like mesmerizing.
Yeah, there's Yanni. He's actually pretty local. There's Tristan. I think his name is Tristan. Shoot, he's going to murder me.
I think it is. I think that's another one I've seen.
They're all super, super sweet, and I've hung out with them before, and they are great dancers. You know, it's actually, I feel like a lot of fit men can do that belly roll thing and it's fascinating to me.
Maybe
Yeah, right.
many can, but even when I was fit, I couldn't. I tried because I'm like, that's awesome.
I want to do it.
Yeah, it's well, just like the neck thing, it's I can't do that neck thing. I look like I'm having a fit of some sort. I mean, which is amusing in its own
it's
right,
entertaining.
but not saying that doesn't have value for making people laugh, but it's not the same. And when I dance, I have a choice of moving the bottom half or the top half, not both, because suddenly it's another fit.
Years of practice.
So, do you two want to talk about belly dancing a little, and I'll hush a little, and maybe tell both your backgrounds and what you've done together, or what circles
This is
you're
not
in?
about me.
Well, it
This is
can
not
be. We're
about
talking
me.
about belly dancing. It can be about both of you, because it's not
Yeah.
about Dana either. This is a conversation at the tavern. It's about all of us. Andrew just doesn't want to talk about herself.
I don't know. I grew up in the belly dance and SEA community, the Society for Creative Anachronisms.
Oh, yeah.
And I've just always been surrounded by dancers and people who are into belly dancing are like a special kind of personality. Like, kind of how you're going to be able to interact with someone who's interested and like actually pursues belly dance versus in the real world.
You're like, what?
Where you're just like, I don't know what kind of person you are. Like, there's a special kind of person that is interested in dance and belly dance in particular. And so usually it's fast friends with the ladies and gentlemen of dance and other.
Madam Perry says we want to know about you, Dana.
You want to know about me?
Oh, tell me about your relationship with your mother. No, I'm kidding. Go on with whatever else you were going to say instead.
That's a long story. That's. So I started dancing when I was young. My mom started dancing in college, and then she broke her ankle, so she couldn't do classical form stuff. So she started doing folk dancing, and that went into belly dancing. And then when she got pregnant with me, she wanted something to like get out of the house, get away from the kids, that kind of stuff. So she started taking belly dance a little more seriously. And then when I grew older, she was still doing it. So she has videos of me when I was like a little kid, like doing belly dance stuff. But then I was like, my mom's not cool. I'm not going to do that. So I stopped belly dancing for a few years until I was about 13. Then I was like, okay, this is cool again. And then I started training to teach, and I taught belly dance at William and Mary, and I taught out of her studio. And I learned from all kinds of instructors from all over the world. I started doing cabaret, which is like an Egyptian classical form, rock sharky. And then I moved into fusing other dance forms into that as Gothic and tribal belly dance became an actual dance form within a style within the belly dance umbrella. And now there are so many different styles in the belly dance umbrella, at least in the States. And I do fusion and theatrical dance where I'll tell stories using movements from the belly dance genre. And and then I started doing props. I love props and swords. I created Veil Poi, which is it's a mix of poi spinning and belly dance veil work.
And you do have a video on Amazon of this.
I have a DVD. I made the DVD in 2007, and it has. I know, right? In 2007, it's how to create your own veil poi, instructional on single and double moves, and then it has some performances at the end that I've never published to the public.
So let me ask, you mentioned, these are types within the States. So in Europe, do you find some of the European belly dancers look down on alternate stuff instead of embracing it?
No, you know what the thing, well, when I was overseas, at least in Japan and China and like the Asian countries, is it's so new over there that they're basically still exploring the classic forms of belly dance.
What I was going to ask is, I know you taught over in Japan.
Yeah.
How was that? And what's the differences there and here with the students and the techniques are?
Oh, wow.
Yes, just tell us about that.
Yeah. It's a crazy difference because, well, the culture is so different over there, and the way that they interact with the public and the way that they interact with each other is so different. So here, individuality is paramount, right? Everyone's trying to be themselves. Everyone's trying to be unique and different and a shining special star. And
you can say snowflake if you want to.
Special snowflake. And over there, it's more of a community mentality where no one, like, it's kind of looked down upon to stand out from the crowd. Like, the mentality is, all for one. We need to rise everyone up to the same level. Like, so, and they're very respectful of their instructors. So when I was in the class teaching improv and teaching like solo style movement was a lot more difficult for them than it would be here. Like here, everyone wants to like learn how to perform so that they can perform their own ideas and their own mentality. And they're, whatever. They want to like branch off and do their own thing. And so in Japan, it was more like, I'm only going to do what you tell me to do because you're the instructor and I'm going to follow you and we're going to dance as a group. And so, which is great. I mean, both of those things are great, but it's just like balancing it from like, no, like you have your own artistic voice and dance is a way to express that and to feel what your feels are. And so that was a really interesting thing. I never expected to have trouble. Like I taught in America for so long, and then going somewhere where they're just like, I'm not going to do it unless you tell me to. And I'm like, okay.
Well, I tell you what, as much as I love to see individual dancing, I love to see group choreography. It is just
teamwork.
Fascinating to me. So something like what you're talking about in Japan, that would appeal to me even more than an individual because just group
and they
movement.
Work, right? And they work so hard. Like they are dedicated. When they do something, like my girls, I would teach them something, and no matter how hard it was or advanced or like if they weren't getting it in class, they would work on it until they got it. And so every class I went into, I was teaching more and more advanced things because they were just working so hard and they were getting it. And
that's amazing.
The dedication was so amazing. And so their group numbers ended up being just fantastic. And every group that I saw dance over there, there's not many belly dancers in Japan. I would say it's only been popular over there for maybe 5 years. So they're just getting into ATS, American Tribal Style, and cabaret or rock shark.
And for those that don't know, American Tribal Style is all done by little cues that the group knows. I've tried it.
Improvisational. Yeah. And they, a lot of the dedicated ones, they'll travel to the States and then learn and then go back. And because there's just not a whole lot of experienced instructors in the country right now.
So did you have to learn Japanese or did they speak English? How was language barrier?
Well, the great thing about dance is that it's its own language. So the dance class itself was actually very easy because we could just speak with body language and it was okay. I had a translator in my class for more complicated stuff.
Do they translate through interpretive dance?
Sometimes.
Okay, go on.
And You caught me
Sorry.
on track. Okay.
You had a translator.
I had a translator, and then a couple of my students were trying to learn English. So basically, we would have lunch after class, and I would help them with their English, and they would teach me some Japanese. And so it was kind of like a double class.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Situation. Yeah, it was really cool. The area that I lived in was pretty accepting of English. Like they had been around the military. It was around a military base, so they were used to people speaking a decent amount of English, and a lot of them tried. If you showed that you were interested in trying to speak Japanese, they would try and speak English, and it was very mutual. A lot of hand signaling and pointing.
Yeah. Well, since you said belly dance isn't a big thing and it's very new there, how did you start teaching? How did that happen?
Oh, I got really lucky. So I came in, I moved to Japan and basically immediately looked for another belly dancer because we're everywhere. Belly dancers are everywhere. Pretty much anywhere around the world, you can probably find a fellow belly dancer. And so I searched like the military bases and out in town. I couldn't really find anything out in town because I don't speak Japanese.
I just imagine you with a big magnifying glasses watching how people move. See if they suddenly go like this or something, and you're like, that's one. I got it one.
I know you. And I found there was the chaplain's wife on base. She was a belly dance instructor, and she was from the West Coast, and she had been teaching belly dance over there for years and started teaching it in Japan. And she was going to be moving in a year, transferring out. And so we started talking, and I actually took over her classes from the studio that she was working at in Japan. Yeah, I got super lucky.
It was meant to be.
Yeah.
And by the way, if I can interrupt, Mo says I did competitive dance for 13 years. Dancers are a strange and wondrous breed. And then also added that your video is 11T. So go on. I just wanted to read Mo's comments real quick.
11T, yes. Oh, man. Yes. Competitive dance. Oh, I never did competitive dance. I actually competed in a couple of belly dance competitions since I've been back from Japan. Which was an interesting experience. I don't know if it's for me, but it was really good to experience that side of dance for sure.
What other kind of dance do you do? Like, I love swing and salsa.
Salsa. Yeah. I do like street salsa. My brother is the partner dancer. He learned all of the ballroom and the partner dancing. I am more of like the folk dance. So I'll do like line dancing.
See, to me, salsa is just line dancing with one other person because it is repetitive motion and movements. So it's easier for me because it's a pattern. And the same thing for swing. You have, once you find your beat, what dance goes with that beat. And freeform, I'm just entertainment.
Yay!
Not good entertainment, comedy entertainment.
That's still entertainment.
We should bring you to the 80s night at the drive-in.
That sounds fun.
Well, they had an 80s dance party before the movie started.
Have you been to the drive-in?
Uh-uh.
Oh, up in Goochland Drive-In Theater. They do movies, and now, because they're so popular, they do the first run movies, like new movies, and you can go for 2 movies for the price of 1. You get to sit in your car and do commentary, which is what I like.
And they just put in a second screen for the less popular, like romantic comedies. But this one, there's only like 6 parking spaces for cars. The rest, they put speakers on the lawn, and you bring a blanket, and you lay out on your blanket and watch the movie on the big screen.
Yes.
Oh, that sounds nice.
It's fun.
We are creating an event. We go, but we're like, okay, we'll create an event. So we're going anyway. Other people can just join us.
Yeah. Whether they want to hang out with us, just wander by, high five, and move on.
Or whatever.
Mo says, I was studying a Zumba certification for a bit. I love salsa and cumbia styles. Kumbaya? Am I saying that right? Not kumbaya?
Not kumbaya.
Yeah,
Nice.
Mo, why don't you define what that is for us? Let us know, because we're not sure.
And we'll wait.
Yeah.
See,
I also
this is when
do
Bo needs to be on
hula and
Skype.
Tahitian. I trained with somebody. I do hula and Tahitian dance.
Oh,
Oh wow.
So you work with fire?
Hula is hard.
Yeah. Well, I started spinning poi because I wanted to learn how to do fire poi, and that's kind of where veil poi came from.
She's the reason why I got into the veil poi.
Andrea likes fire too.
I like fire stuff, but I'm not going to have my own fire stuff, so I do veil. Yeah. And that's because I seen you do it at an event we danced at before. I'm like, oh, that's awesome.
It's your fault.
So,
yeah.
Good job.
I blame you.
Yay! Join us on the spinners. We are spinners.
That's right. We plan to one day, possibly this year, have a fire spinning party here at the house and invite all our fire spinning friends as well as ones who
Not
don't.
right now
who
with
want
all the
to
trees.
Yeah, once we find a chainsaw and clean up the yard. At this point in time,
Because
all
we have
parties here
friends
are
that spin fire in Maryland and all kinds of different places, so
yeah,
we'll bring them all together.
Richmond has a pretty big group of fire spinners too,
doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
that's where I learned.
Kumbaya.
Sorry.
I apologize. I'm sorry. Do you want to go on and I'll read Mo's comment in a minute? It'll wait.
Oh no, wait. I learned fire spinning from the River City Burners in Richmond. That's what I was just going to say. There's like a pretty big group up there.
When I worked at Outback, one of the guys there would go to Richmond, and I think that's the group. So yeah, it's out there. It's local, and it's around. It's just a matter of looking.
That's the only group I know of up there. So
yeah.
Kumbaya is from Colombia. It has specific steps from a courting dance. I always enjoyed the jingles and lace that were incorporated into it. Sounds nice.
It does sound nice.
See, dance has never been a huge attraction for me, whether it's ballet, but I love a musical, even Bollywood, with the huge group choreography, the old 1950s dance movies and musicals, whether it was two people or, singing in the rain with three people on the, in the couch with Good Morning. So when I say dance was never my thing, it kind of was, but it wasn't the individual dancing. It was, I don't know. Even the Step It Up movies, there is nothing more fascinating than a dozen or more people moving in sync.
Oh, yeah.
Except synchronized swimming.
They call it the dolphin effect.
Is that what it is? It's
yeah.
It's when I hear dolphin effect, I think it's a vibrator toy. That's different, right? You don't do that while dancing.
Yeah. No.
Different kind of
Not
dance.
most of us.
It's horizontal. Mambo jumbo. Did you get your coffee?
Yeah, sorry, I had to go get it.
That's why she had to bolt. She made coffee, but it wasn't done by the end of the break, so she had to go grab some. I have mixed my buttery nipple with my coffee and added some ice, and this is pretty good. It's like a butterscotch cream coffee.
That sounds good.
It's a cold, buttery coffee nipple.
That's, I think, the official term.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
It's a technical term.
So you said you're teaching workshops now?
Yeah, veil poi workshops. I just did a veil poi workshop last weekend, 2 weekends ago in North Carolina. It was for a Geek-tastic show and the League of Extraordinary Belly Dancers, and the whole show was geeky themes and
love it.
It was the show was amazing, and the ladies were super, super nice. I did a Avatar: The Last Airbender workshop on how to bend the elements with veil poi, and then I performed as Katara.
Nice.
People
have suggested Andrea starts teaching. She doesn't think she's nearly good enough, but
no, I don't want to do that.
Or you don't want the responsibility. One of the two. I'm not sure which.
Yes, that. No, I'm kind of like your Japanese dancers. I want to be a team and do that.
Right.
I want to do that. No, that's too much pressure.
There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes it is a lot of pressure. And then I'll teach like choreographies and techniques and random stuff like that.
The reason I mention that is Andrea misses belly dancing a lot. So if you ever need another person, feel free to reach out to her because she would love to work with you.
I'm so far away from everything.
Yeah.
And also, she misses the fitness side of it.
I do.
I understand that a lot. Whenever I stop dancing, like on the regular, I definitely miss it a lot.
Yeah, you're like, oh, God, I can't move anymore. Well, I used to dance with Ayala, her class, and then she moved to Germany.
Right.
And then she moved back, and now I moved further away. So I'm like,
You want to talk a little bit about the fitness side and what it does for you?
Oh, it just makes you feel strong and flexible, and you get cardio, but it doesn't feel like you're working out because I hate going to the gym and like actually just doing a workout. But dance can do all of that for you without you knowing it. It's sneaky. Like I didn't even realize how fit I was until I stopped. And then I was like, oh, wow, dance is doing so much for me. I need to start doing it again.
And it removes those aches and pains.
I started
your joints
because I was in a car accident and like dislocated my back, broke a hip, basically had to learn how to walk again. And I'm like, okay, what can I do for exercise to build up my muscles without, exercising? And I did it. I used the Google, and that's when I found belly dance.
Yeah.
At the UU church, and I chose that because the instructor there, she has chronic pain problems, and I talked to her, and she's like, okay, it works out your muscles in the groups instead of all at once. It's low impact.
Yeah, low impact for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And it's helped. It's helped so much. So
yeah,
lots of benefits.
Like I said, I've been dancing for a really long time. I've had a couple of injuries. There was one injury that really wrecked me. I had blood clots behind both of my knees, and I couldn't walk for about 6 months. And I was dancing pretty heavily at the time. It wasn't because of the dancing, but so after recovering from that, like dance helped me get back into like I wanted to be able to dance again, and so that helped me get back into walking and stretching and dancing, like to use my legs, and so it's definitely helped over the years.
From what I've understood, and correct me if I'm wrong, please correct me if I'm wrong, it's not necessarily weight loss or it's more weight control, and you turn what was flabby muscles into tight muscles. So you're not looking, dance isn't honestly, it'll remove some weight, but it's not going to be a weight loss exercise fitness program. Instead, it firms up what you have, so you still have that strength.
It's yeah, for sure. It's definitely a muscle building because you're using isometrics, and you're working your muscles. So you will burn some fat, but you'll mostly see inches. Like you'll see the inches come off versus actual weight loss because you're building the muscles that are replacing that weight loss. So you're getting a heavier mass of muscle. Like I said, it's less of like how it makes you look and more of how it makes you feel, because it makes you feel strong and it makes you feel like you're slimmer.
And when you feel good, you look good.
Well, and another thing I found is it helps. It's like therapy for your mind because you get to come together with a group of like-minded people and do this art, and you get friends, and it's good.
Oh yeah. Well, it's very like, as a society and as a day-to-day person, I get very much in my head. Like everything's on the computer. You're thinking, you're brainstorming, you're worrying, you're stressing, or whatever. And having some kind of hobby that brings you back into your body and brings you back into focusing on what's happening right now, what's the present and what's physical, like really helps balance out the headiness of day-to-day life.
I think we need to get Ansa and Dana and you and I shut up for most of the show, and we do a whole show on belly dance.
There's so many dancers in the area that are awesome, and oh my god.
But we could talk about that. We could talk a little bit about the history, but mostly how to do it as much as we can on a video camera. Because I think the techniques and where to go to find
where to find the belly dance community in your area and all that. Yeah.
You get a big magnifying glass and go down the street.
And just look for the dancers.
Look for somebody going.
I found it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was gonna say I found it through the Google.
Google's a great way. A lot of us try and advertise as much as possible to get onto Google so that you can find us. There's so many people who teach all over the states, and then online classes have become hugely popular, which are also controversial. Online belly dance classes in the community, they're encouraged and also frowned upon at the same time. It's a whole controversy.
Well, let's face it, in person you get a lot more one-on-one interaction, and it's easier to pick out this and that. But online is so much more convenient. So there's pros and cons to both. And
personally, I prefer to be, one-on-one or in a class, because that way the teacher or instructor can show you if your posture is wrong or if you're doing something wrong. It's just a little bit more personal. But yeah,
so
when people
far
start spread out.
Yeah.
And I like to suggest starting one-on-one, because at my level I can self-correct. When you get to a point where you know your body and you know the movements and you're just combining them differently and working on muscle memory and challenging yourself, at that point videos can be very, very helpful. But if you're just starting out, I think I don't think it's a very good idea to start with a video tutorial, because then you don't know how to self-correct. You don't know if you're hurting yourself or not, because a lot of the moves that we do, because they're so internal, it's hard to notice on yourself if you don't know what to look for.
You need that 3 minutes where an instructor could put their hand on your shoulder or on your belly and feel, are the right muscles moving at this point?
Yeah.
Or the example, and where you take 3 to 5 minutes doing nothing but that one move over and over again with somebody right there going, try this, or you're doing it wrong.
Right.
By the way.
And the other thing is, you wouldn't expect to learn how to do ballet online.
Right.
Right. You wouldn't expect to learn how to do a salsa dance by watching a bunch of videos and then going out and saying, I'm a salsa dancer. So it's kind of the same mentality, but we don't have that for belly dance right now, which is, so it's I don't know. It's weird.
Let's shift gears if you guys don't mind.
Let's do it.
Let's talk about cosplay and specifically prosthetics and makeup.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say.
You did Hellboy, and you did a great fist, and you did horns, and you did
Dex
the
made
hair.
the fist.
Oh, I bet he did.
He did.
So now for those of you, I posted the video earlier so you could see them, and I don't know if any of you guys watched it while we were on our last refill break, but Dana did Hellboy, and besides all the cool little trinkets you had all over you, the horns up here. So was that like a skull cap with horns attached? What are we looking at there?
So the horns were pieces of EVA foam.
Mm-hmm.
So the floor mat foam that you get at Home Depot.
Gotcha.
That has the puzzle pieces on the side. It's about it's usually about half an inch thick.
Mm-hmm.
I stacked 2 of them together with some contact cement, and then we just took a Dremel tool and rounded the edges and etched some of the texture into the top. And then I just painted them with a regular acrylic. and then roughed up the back of it a little bit and glued it to my head with spirit gum.
So straight
Because
to
I
your
have
head.
a giant forehead. I have like a 7 head, so I had space
Me too.
to glue the
What's a 7
horns
head?
on. Well, it's a
Bigger than a
forehead. And then you add like,
Oh,
3 more.
3.
Okay. So are
Well,
there like
and
5
I know-
heads and 8 heads and stuff?
There is.
Oh yeah.
There are. Well, and I was asking her, I'm like, the makeup, the red makeup. Oh my God, what is that?
Oh, the red makeup. It's water activated body paint. So aqua colors. I use that weekend. I used Ben Nye, I think. But I also have used Krylon. There's Paradise paints. Pretty much any kind of water activated body paint. I like the way it dries down. I'm not a huge like oil cream face paint fan. And then what I'll do, instead of using water to activate it, I will use setting spray, like a makeup setting spray. And I will use that as my liquid so that when it dries, it's a little less smudgy and like that. Yeah, so I'll just spray that on my brush or on the paint, and I'll use that, and then I will set it with like an eye. I use contour and highlight after I put the full base color down, so that it gives more dimension back into the piece, right? So
It
if you
makes a
take
huge difference.
yeah, if you take yourself and you paint your whole self red, then you're really flat. Like even if naturally you're not flat, the color takes away a lot of the shadow and the highlight. So I'll take a red eyeshadow that's a little lighter, or like a black or a brown that's darker, and I'll contour everything so that it kind of pops
And when
back
you say
out.
everything, not just your face, but also the lines of your biceps, etc.
Yeah, the whole thing. Anything that you paint should be highlight and contoured again after. And then the powder helps set it as well. And then I'll spray it again with the setting spray. And then it's basically as if you were using an airbrush. There's not a whole lot of brush strokes. There's not a whole lot of moving or smudging or washing away, as long as you don't.
Amazingly well. It's looking at you throughout. I guess you only wore that about half a day, right?
Yeah, I usually don't get ready until the sun starts going down.
Yeah, but it's still, 5-6 hours, and I didn't see flaws. Not that I micro-checked you for any, but yeah, nothing was obvious. I'm sure you saw some because it's you, and you're like, oh. So tell us about the hand.
Oh, yeah, so my husband made the hand in like 24 hours because I wasn't originally going to be Hell Girl. I was going to be, I was part of the group that was hosting the con party, and the party theme was Heaven and Hell, and we had talked about that theme forever, and like everybody was trying to figure out their costumes and whose side they were on, and blah, 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 blah. And I was going to make a Valkyrie costume, and I was going to be part of Heaven, and then it just took me so long to make that costume. I'm still working on it. That I was just like, I can't wear this. It's not finished. I'm not doing it. And so I was like, what can I be? Holy crap, I've always wanted to be Hellboy. So like 2 nights before the con, I'm like, Dex, you need to make me a Hellboy hand while I figure everything else out. And my mom found the jacket for me like super last minute at a thrift store. And so we started crafting, and I had this black like evening glove, like a satin like elbow
opera length glove.
Yeah. And he basically took the foam and he made a cylinder around, and then another cylinder like strip around each side, and then cut out all the knuckle pieces and made like finger caps, and then glued all that together and glued it to the glove, and then we plastid-dipped the whole thing.
Plastid-dipped, awesome.
Yeah, it really is. They need to make a quick dry plastid-dip because I'm impatient.
They do have a spray. Did you use the dip or the spray?
The spray.
Okay.
It still takes too long to dry.
Now, what was the base made out of? The rings? Was that the same foam you made for the horns?
Yeah, so the big bass, oh man, I should go get it.
You know what? We
have to take a break.
Time for a refill break. So go take a smoke, get a drink, get a hand.
Cool. Get it.
Okay, we'll be right back. Mute.
All right.
Sit right back and relax, or get up and get a drink and refill.
Mute.
While the cast and cohorts and co-hosts of Talk of the Tavern do the same. Now, here's the testimony of some of the great people we've had on Talk of the Tavern or previously on Sound of the Steam. Enjoy.
This is Gail Carragher, author of The Finishing School and the Custard Protocol series, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern.
This is Aiden Sivart, Steampunk Indiana Jones.
Hey, this is Scott.
This is Samantha.
And we're Frenching the Punk.
I'm Karen Kay, also known as the Fairy Lady and editor of Fae magazine and also founder of Fairy Events.
This is K.W. Jeter, author of Infernal Devices and Fiendish Schemes.
Kircher here. I play Beaufait in the Hobbit trilogy, and you are listening to Talk of the Tavern.
This is Trevor Crafts, executive producer and creator of Lantern City.
This is Lord Bobbins of TeslaCon. Huzzah!
Steampunk Funk Bizarre here, Lord Monty right in front of your radio.
Hello, this is Professor Elemental. When I'm not taking a bath in gin or trying to invent a new kind of badger, I'm listening. Oh, yes!
This is Stephen Davis of Raising Steam UK, 2-day Steampunk Festival in Reading. Enjoy.
I'm Thomas Williford of Brute Force Studios, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern.
This is Commander Bob of Victor Sierra.
Je suis la légendaire princesse convertie de Victor Sierra.
Hi, my name is Sarah from Valentine Wolf.
Hey, this is Braxton from Valentine Wolf.
This is Aileen the Peacemaker, the founding editor of Beyond Victoriana, the multicultural steampunk blog.
Hey, this is Joseph C.R. Vortek, otherwise known as Electro Swing Neo Vintage DJ Vortek, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern. I hope you come out of it in one piece. I'm not sure I did.
And don't forget about our other shows during the week. Tuesday, Middle-Aged Gamers on Wednesday, and Virtual International Pub VIP on Thursdays. Make sure you join us there, 1 p.m. Eastern to 4 p.m.
Hi, my name is Ashley Rogers. I'm the organizer of the Copper Claw.
This is Calamity Dawn, mixologist of Airship Passepartout.
This is Commodore Lorpicar of Lost Saints Curiosities.
This is Jimmy Diggs of the Crypto Historians, reminding you that the future is in your hands.
This is Gabrielle Reel.
Hi, this is D. Clarence Snyder, writer of the Bright Future series, and you are listening to Talk of the Tavern.
This is Professor Marcus O'Bannon, the Chief Scientific Investigator for the Crypto Historians.
This is Lady Gatita of Nerdvana.
Hey, this is Angie Velo from Ghostfire.
This is Hannah Titania, Queen of the Fairies.
This is Jeff Platt of Highland Steamworks.
This is Danielle Ackley McPhail, co-author of Baba Ali and the Clockwork Djinn, and you are listening to Talk of the Tavern Radio.
Hi, this is John R. White, author of The Tales of the Airship Neverland.
This is Catherine Gleason, author of Anatomy of Steampunk, The Fashion of Victorian Futurism.
This is opera singer Katie Cat.
This is Keith Prusak of Bad September.
This is Captain James Barrington of the mighty Claxton.
This is Emily Leverett, and I'm the editor of Big Bad and Anthology of Evil, Volumes 1 and 2, and you are listening to Talk of the Tavern.
Hola Radio Escuchas, les habla Lady Smoke de Sociedad de Steampunk Argentina y Sindicato Dieselpunk.
This is Melanie Grace with Live Steamy.
We are Warren and Betsy Talbot of MarriedWithLuggage.com.
This is Christopher Meeker, author of Hawthorne, Chronicles of the Brass Hand.
This is Mickey Wonderland, Steampunk Fairy Princess of Wonderland with a fresh cup of Mad Hatter tea.
Hi, this is Margaret McGraw, author of the prompt writing blog WritersSpark.com, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern.
Hello, this is Mishkin from Bird Eats Baby.
This is Nim Derringer of Airship Hypatia.
This is Painless Parker.
This is Persephone Burroughs Dimebagger, co-captain of the Airship Hypatia.
This is Psyche of Psyche Corporation.
Ahoy, me darlings. This is Misty Massey, author of Mad Kestrel, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern.
I'm Ellie Ann from Steampunk Homes, author of Slice of Life and The Silver Sickle. Hope you enjoy the show.
This is Captain Jared Cornwell of the Melanie Rose.
Hi, this is Lucid Luminos with Tinker the Web Series.
This is Travis Fessler, the steam-powered circus freak from the Pickled Brothers Circus.
This is Scott Norman of The Wars of Other Men.
I'm Mr. Cat of the Cat in Black Art, and you are listening to Talk of the Tavern.
This is Wendy Callahan, author of The Cronus Clock.
This is Daniel Burrow, creator of Tefra, the steampunk role-playing game, Cheers and Gears, and Good Gaming.
This is Tempest Wolf, actor and producer of Tinker web series, Tinker by Name, Tinker by Nature.
This is Shelley Dusick, the captain of Vandalia Con, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern.
Did you know Talk of the Tavern also publishes books? Make sure you look us up online. We're on Amazon.com.
And we're back. Mo, appreciate you sticking around. I see you're still hanging in. And everybody else still sticking around. Appreciate it. We'll be right back with... Oh, what?
I'm here.
Yay! And Dana will be right back. She's busy grabbing her fist. I know. Right? It's, we didn't even offer her the chance to bail. We're just like, nope, you're staying. So what is that you just posted? Something about nails?
Yeah, I sent it to the group. It's weird. It's a nail with nails.
Oh, I saw that. That was horrible. Terrified.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Peed a little.
See, you didn't give her the option to bail, so she just bailed anyway.
She's like, watch my live stream. See what I did there?
So, Mo, you did Zumba. You want to teach us some Zumba? I did that once.
Did I do it?
Yeah, I don't know. I did. I took Zumba class before. Oh my goodness, that's the workout. And we're waiting. Yeah. And she's back.
She's Yay! On belly dancer time. Good to see that.
Yeah, Mel, next time I see you, you'll have to show me some Zumba.
See, Dana, that's how you recognize belly dancers on the street. They're walking around doing that. Hey, they could be a belly dancer. Magic jazz fingers.
Magic jazz hands.
Spirit fingers. Spirit fingers.
These aren't spirit fingers. These are spirit fingers.
I have all those movies.
I do love those movies.
What is it from?
The cheerleader movies.
Bring It On.
There we go. We have been watching.
Yeah, that's how I knew who Claire Kramer was.
Mo says I do that during Talk of the Tavern opening. It's a good place for spirit fingers, magic hands.
Oh yeah.
Hey, that's the dance of the show.
So, the hand thing.
Okay.
Oh.
So it's in two pieces. We've got the glove, which you can see this is just like a regular glove. And then he glued the knuckles. And these are just cut out of foam, like they're just foam pieces.
Oh.
And then he made like little caps for the fingers.
He did good.
And then
he glued these two together. No, we did black plasti dip, and then we took acrylic paint and just painted it on top, which isn't the best way to do it, but like I said, we were doing this in a 24-hour period.
It looks awesome.
How most of us make our costumes.
Right. On the way there.
Right.
Oh, so then you with Wolverine do the middle finger, and he did the middle claw. That would have been cool.
Oh, that would have been cool.
Because you got a huge middle finger there.
And then this is just like a tube.
So how do you put that on? Do you put that on first and pull the glove through it?
So yeah. So how I do it is I put the glove through the tube.
Gotcha.
And like pull this out, and then I put my hand into the glove, which is sometimes I need assistance with, but.
And how hot was that all night? Oh, good.
It was pretty warm. But I mean, if you're cosplaying, like that's just part of your life.
Oh, yeah.
Like being uncomfortable is just part of it. So then I had my jacket that like came up to the end here, so you didn't see anything. And then
now that is the same foam mat.
Rocco.
Nice.
So yeah, so it has a lot of maneuverability, which I really wanted. Like I requested that I could actually use this hand. So that was one of my main points that I wanted.
That way you can still do spirit fingers.
So the tube, that's the mat. That's the gray mat.
Yeah, it's just a foam like floor mats.
And then it's like rolled and glued together. What's the glue?
We use barge cement, like the stuff that they would use on like boats and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a contact cement. You can use super glue. You can use hot glue. Okay, the hard part is because this foam has shrunk is getting it off. I might be stuck with it.
Till Beth gets home. You'd be like, "Hi, honey, I dressed sexy for you."
Right? Ooh.
Help me take it off.
Hopefully not on a 48-hour shift.
There you go.
So, yeah, you can use all kinds of glue. We like the barge cement the best because it dries quickly.
Mo has a question, and I love it.
Oh.
So are you going to do some Lady Hellboy belly dancing? That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. I totally would. I definitely want to get into more geek-tastic belly dancing. So it's definitely on the agenda. Hopefully they'll ask me to perform at MarsCon this year.
I'm not in charge of that, but I can put a word in.
If enough people email them, maybe they'll care.
Thank you, Mo.
Thank you, Mo.
Tell us about your hair color.
Oh, my hair color? I just redid it. I just redyed it. Thank you.
So what are you using?
I'm using... So I bleach it first. I bleach my roots, and then it's been bleached to get it this bright. And then I use Joico Color Intensity K-Pax, which is technically like a salon-only brand, but I get it on Amazon, and they have a bunch of different colors. It's a semi-permanent. It takes about 45 minutes. And I get like a bunch of different colors in the same range. Like this is magenta and like dark red and bright red, and it's all kind of like mixed together. Yeah, and then you can just kind of paint your hair whatever color you want because each color is very pigmented. So like you could have stripes of every different color if you wanted. It's really easy stuff to work with. It's like a cream.
You can. I, on the other hand, I'm not so good at doing my hair with the bright colors. Oh, I got it everywhere.
And then I tried to like do my white streak again, but I don't know if it really worked out. But I like the white, like Bride of Frankenstein bands.
Nice.
I had them with my purple hair, and then I got rid of them, and I'm trying to get them back. That's a process.
Yeah.
This didn't come in the mail in time for me to wear it with my Hellgirl, but I bought a prop cigar.
If you ever need one in Richmond, there's a place called Bygones that has them.
Oh, yeah?
And they're only a couple bucks.
Oh, I love that.
Bring your wallet because you will spend money on something else there.
Oh, wait, I've been there. That's where I got my cheeseburger hat. I believe it. I brought some of my cheese fairy stuff, too. Hold on.
Yeah, I saw you have a hat now. I saw your Instagram stuff.
I bought a cheeseburger hat. I actually have new cheese earrings because a friend of mine made me some cheese wedge earrings. So this is becoming my thing, I think. Is this cheese fairy? It's pretty awesome. Hold on, I got to get it off the wig. So, bam!
Oh goodness!
Yeah, that's fabulous.
I got this at Bygones.
By the way, Andrea, I think Mo is offering. Mo says, I'm the only person that my aunt allows to dye her hair in the bathroom. The rest of my softball team made messes. I left no trace. That's an offer to do your hair, right?
It is definitely a messy process. I have had to learn all the tricks to not get it everywhere. I usually put Vaseline around my hairline to keep it from getting on my face. And then I'll like put a layer of towels down, like shitty towels, and then
You have them.
Yeah, and then gloves and like hovering over the sink.
You could do it in the office bathroom, Andrew. There might be more room
There's
to
the
spread
cheese wig.
Cheese.
No, I color my hair all the time, Travis. I just can't do the bright colors and get it right. That's all.
Yeah, and then the bleaching's really difficult. Like, if you're worried about your hair, then I would get someone who knows what they're doing to do the bleaching.
Yeah, because I color my hair so much, my hair would probably fall out if I try to bleach it. But I have wigs, so it's all right.
Wigs are the best. I love wigs.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I just inherited a bunch of wigs from a friend. It makes me happy.
Andrea, now that the Harley Quinn thing has eased up and chilled out, I wouldn't mind doing the Joker Harley Quinn 1930s thing again.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I need to make a new dress because he cooks and I don't fit into my sequin Harley Quinn flapper dress anymore.
I understand.
Yeah, but she did my makeup on that one. It was not glaringly obvious. It wasn't pancake white. It was just a dusting on the face and then, a little bit around the lips. And I really liked what she did with that. And yeah.
Well, if you're going to sweat and everything, you don't want too much crap on.
Oh, I agree.
Right.
Well, I like the subtle approach anyway. I like people to glance at me and go, "Oh, he's wearing some purple out." Oh, wait a minute.
Oh,
There's
it's
more.
natural.
It's okay.
It's natural.
That's right. I want it to look naturally pasty.
You already have that.
I know.
Yeah, I already have that for sure.
Wait till I go do spray paint art in the yard.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it came out like after I've been out there like 2 hours. She's like, comes out. She's like, "Did you put on sunscreen?" And I'm like, "No." And she's like, "Why?" I'm like, "I forgot."
I remember those bracelets. I remember those.
Cheeseburger
bracelet. Yes. Yeah, you went all out for that.
This was so much
all
fun.
out.
See, I feel like you could just be the cheeseburger fairy at this point and just have like a basket that looks like a thing of fries.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah, I'm definitely becoming more of the cheeseburger fairy than the cheese fairy.
Kitty Parade.
I've had this necklace forever, which is kind of inspiring everything. It's from the Katy Perry collection, and it's like this cheeseburger, and it like comes apart.
That's neat.
Yeah, and so I was like, I'm gonna be the cheeseburger fairy. It's so much fun. I just keep finding more yellow things. So most of my wardrobe is just goth everything. So putting on this yellow and orange costume is so outside of my normal color span.
Mo says, "Be the badass salty Wendy from Wendy's."
Oh, you got the hair now.
I know. I've got the Wendy's hair. When I went from purple to I had purple hair for like 4-5 years. And when I went to red, I was just like, oh my God, I look like Wendy's. I don't know how I feel about this.
Yeah, you can no longer
Well,
tell
then you have
people
the
eat
cheeseburger.
me.
It's great.
Right? Well, I mean, I could, but. And then I brought Hades prosthetics. So we made a full set of teeth prosthetics for his costume. We did a top and a bottom.
And did you fit them together before you put them in his mouth so that they
so this is moldable plastic.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're fit to his teeth, and then we put the teeth on, and then we fit them together. So he can close his mouth pretty well.
So how much drooling went on?
So much drooling.
Yeah.
Yeah. So much drooling. And then we made his clip. We put a magnet.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's great.
Name tag on the back so he can put this on his toga. So those are his accessories for the Hades.
He looked great.
He did.
Now, was that a wig or did you do his hair?
We did his hair.
It looked good.
Yeah, we used a combination between like a wax hair color and like a spray hair color. Because he has to have super temporary hair colors because he is in the military. So
when it comes to, I don't know what body type he has. I've never seen him out of a toga. So I don't know if he's heavier or a rail underneath all that. But this is something Andrew and I push is you can still costume no matter what your body type is. You know, that you can make things that fit anything.
And you're never too old. We're middle-aged ones.
Yeah.
No, you're not too old. You're not too big. You're not too small. It doesn't matter what skin color you have. Like, just cosplay is for everybody.
It is. It is.
Yes.
How do you feel about those costume contests that are like, nope, only professionals. You can't have amateurs in here. And if you didn't make every single bit, including like killing the sheep yourself and taking its,
Yeah.
Okay, so the only time I've ever experienced this, I've never experienced that mentality in a cosplay fashion because I haven't been to any of the really big conventions yet. Mm-hmm. I like the small convention, like home atmosphere. I mean, eventually I want to go to Dragon Con. That's like one of my dreams, but in the SCA with the garb Nazis, I've definitely experienced that, and I completely disagree.
You know, with the SCA, and by the way, I love a perfect costume. If you have Spider-Man body type and you're thin and wiry, God, you look great. Or whatever character, Rogue, or SCA. If you have completely 100% authentic, beautiful work. But I always had a problem with SCA going, oh, it's got to be authentic, and then I look right behind them, and there's the guys in duct tape and pickle barrels with jeans covering it. And I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah. So, it's more like, it's about having fun.
Yes.
And not everyone is going to start out at that level.
Mm-hmm.
You got to start somewhere, and if you have someone that's down your throat about it, you're probably never going to get to that level because you're going to get discouraged. So, I don't know. I try and be positive and encouraging to anyone who tries to dress up or be playful with their makeup or their costumes or cosplay or whatever, because maybe they're just doing it because they want to have fun and they're not trying to be perfect. Or maybe they're just starting and, support can go a long way.
Yes. And the other side of that coin is when you have somebody who's dressed up and you're like, oh, what character are you? And they get upset that you didn't recognize them. And you're like, I've just never even heard of this. Work with me.
Right.
I got a lot of geek, but you can't do it all.
Right, exactly. And that's just like, that's their personal perspective of it too, because maybe they've had that question said a bunch of times and then they're starting to worry if their costume's good enough or if they're just a super obscure reference. And sometimes some cosplays look like so many, like they're similar to the point where you could be a ninja from any ninja movie. You know what I mean? Like,
I do.
So
I know exactly. There's a lot of times I'll dress up and I don't do characters for the most part. And I've had people go, oh, are you this character from that show? And I'm like, no, I don't know what that is, but thank you. I appreciate it.
Right.
You want me to be. I am now.
Okay. Original concept. I started with original concept costumes. I've just recently started getting into actual like reproduction cosplay. And it's a different world. Like when people recognize your costumes easily, it is a lot easier to be excited about it versus going to an event and having to explain what you are, who you are, your story of that character every single time.
But it's your chance to bring somebody else into your fandom.
Well, right. It's a new it's a different mentality.
Andrea?
Oh,
I was saying, and then one time at RavenCon, I threw together something I liked. It's a 20s inspired outfit, and then I got these really cool horns from the horny lady, and I put it on my hat, and I carried my fake book with my alcohol in it, like you do. So it was like a 20s librarian thing. No character. This one girl ran up to me and threw her arms around me and hugged me. I love this character. I didn't get it, but it was still awesome.
Yeah.
I wasn't any character, but apparently they thought I was.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
It's just a great story.
You made somebody's day.
Yep, absolutely. Mo does a lot of different cosplay. When I say different, to me, since I'm not into anime, I don't recognize a lot of it. But I know Mo has a great time doing it. And the beauty part is Mo's mother will also theme up with Mo. So they'll do, and they've done Supernatural. They've done Dean and Sam together before. And apparently the attitude was just right when Tara, Mo's mother, if I'm getting this correct, Mo, correct me if I'm wrong, but
it was Cass, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and the clueless kind of droll attitude. Yeah, Tara pulled it off perfectly without necessarily realizing it was happening.
I have that jacket for Hellboy, and I think I'm gonna do a cosplay
There you go.
cross-gender cosplay because
why not?
I love Cass. He's
I'm guessing he comes back at some point because right now he's dead. In what I'm watching in season 7, they're doing the Leviathan thing, so you can kind of get.
They all die. They all come back. They all die, and then they come back.
Well, not all of them, but yeah.
Mo says, except when I have a reaction to the makeup, and adds, "Yes, Cass, Mom was recognized everywhere. I was not."
Not with that attitude.
Doesn't that just add to the character though?
That's right. And there are some, for example, a lot of times when people dress as a supernatural character, I don't catch it. And not necessarily because I haven't watched the show, just because there's a variety of outfits, and depending on the hair, the body type, etc., I don't put it together immediately. If I hang around for a minute, I'm like, oh, I see what they're doing. I got it. But
right. Well, yeah, they don't have any like big defining features. Yeah.
It's not like the Hellboy hand.
Right. Because they're literally wearing like working man clothes and they're not trying to bring attention to themselves. Like
the convention episode where they went to the supernatural convention, that was great because that was a great example of everybody's dressed like them, but some of them you're like, oh, I wouldn't have caught that.
Right.
That was
unless you're doing like the FBI suit thing, but even then it could be something else. Like it could be Men in Black, it could be The Matrix. Like
Men in Black and Blues Brothers are two of my go-to costumes, and people are like, where can I start? I'm like, real easy. Go get a black suit, and depending on the sunglasses and whether or not you wear a fedora, you could be Men in Black or Blues Brothers, nice and easy. And
boom, done.
Yeah, absolutely. So, just jump in and walk around, and if you're not recognized, don't worry about it. Move on. Have a good time.
Yeah,
and you don't have to be like a big character in a show or whatever. Travis was the Pringles guy from the can. He got a bow tie and carried around Pringles.
I also did Monopoly Man, where I carried around a bag of fake money and get out of jail free cards. Mm-hmm. I took a pillowcase, put a big $sign on it, had the top hat, and there's things you can do. Well, there's a lot of cosplay that you can do that people. I mean, look how many people are doing the Colonel from KFC now.
Yeah.
Right.
And they look great, and it's a pop culture reference, and there are things like that out there you can do.
I just want to carry around a bucket of chicken.
I'm surprised we don't see more Willy Wonkas.
True.
Yeah, I guess it's hard to find a purple coat.
Yeah, I was about to say it's hard to find purple suits and stuff because I looked for some purple and green suit stuff for a Joker cosplay, and it's not easy to find.
He found the best purple zoot suit online.
Yeah, I need to find a green one because I have a steampunk Joker cosplay, and we're working on a steampunk Riddler cosplay for him.
Let me help.
I made custom buttons that have a steampunk question mark on them. So I'm gonna make I gotta make the jacket, and then we made a bowler hat. I dyed a bowler hat green, and we made purple goggles, and then we're gonna make him this big cane with the steampunk question mark on it.
Now with the zoot suit,
you need to give him that. Yeah, you need to give him the site for the zoot suit because that would be great.
I'm gonna. If you want this, I found it on eBay. It was $125. Slacks, vest, jacket, and they had all sizes.
Nice.
Yeah, it was very easy. And the pants, you're going to have to hem them because they're like, we're not asking your pants flag because we're giving you an extra 9 inches of material that you don't need.
Well, he's tall, so.
He is really tall, so that's nice.
I have like a 35, 36 inseam, depending on the brand. And I still had 6 inches extra length on it.
Yeah, you did.
And yeah, then you can order on whatever waist size you need. And
nice.
How you doing?
Yeah, I would definitely like that link. That sounds awesome.
Now, I bought it a few years ago, but I'm sure if that company isn't around, there's somebody else that has it. And
he also has purple alligator shoes.
I got purple alligator shoes and a purple fedora to go with it.
Yeah.
So now that you don't need the fedora, you said you got a hat, but yeah. And I'll find you that shoe place too, because maybe some green alligator shoes would go with it.
You never know.
And they were only like $35 for those shoes.
Good price.
Yeah, that's a good price.
Get some insoles. They're not terribly comfortable. He'll understand what women go through after, 5-6 hours. He'll be like, oh, God, my feet.
Right.
They look awesome.
But he's wearing combat boots, so maybe he'll be all right. I don't know.
Combat
boots are comfy now, though, aren't they? They're not like they were 20 years ago.
They're probably better. I mean, I don't have a reference, but yeah.
I have heard from military people who, went through it in the 80s or 90s. They're like, they were horrible. They were terribly uncomfortable. And now they're padded and they have insoles and, they're much better. So, okay. I don't complain about our military boys being able to have a decent shoe.
Right.
Well, or girls.
Especially since they have to wear it every day, all the time.
Yeah. Well, we have, about 20 minutes left. Is there anything you want to pimp or tell people where to catch you or find you or any of that good stuff?
I like to post my Instagram, which is at the Weirdo Chick, WYRDO0O Chick. I post on my Facebook page. That's Dana Beaufait Stevens. And most of my events get posted on my cover art or something like that on my Facebook page. And then my YouTube page, which is also Weirdo Chick.
I have both of those in the chat, and I'm putting the Facebook up now.
I don't really do my website too much. There is some information up there that's relevant, and my website has all of my social media along the top bar. So if you wanted to just go and click through there, that's probably the easiest way to just get everything in a link. You're also posting it in the bar, so that's easy too. My YouTube page is mostly belly dance performances. I also have a playlist of people who do veil poi all around the world, which is there are people who have posted videos from Russia, Italy, the UK, Australia, the States, all over the place. And then I have a playlist with my veil poi videos. And then I've been posting some makeup tutorials and some just vloggy type chatty interviews with some of my other belly dance friends and stuff on there. I just did a What's in My Bag video with Magnolia Belly Dance, who is the other belly dance YouTuber that I work with. There's only a couple of us, so we're trying to create this community on YouTube. We're kind of what is it? We're starting a niche community of belly dance.
Little network, yeah.
Yeah. So she's the other one that I work with on there. And then, just random stuff. I've got like house tours. I've got a couple of videos that I did in Japan. We went to a couple of shrines and some some like 3,000-year-old trees. I've got some videos on there from Japan and, random stuff. I'm going to start posting some more on there. And then I'm streaming on Twitch on Wednesdays, playing Pillars of Eternity. So that'll be fun. I'm probably going to do that after this.
We will raid you if you're going to go right on.
Yeah, I'm planning on, I got to go plug in my headphones and set it all up. Should probably take me like 10, 15 minutes, and then I'm going to start streaming.
What color green are you working with? For the Riddler?
For Riddler.
Like a dark forest and a lighter, like, leafy green. So we're going darker because of the steampunky.
Give me a second. I'm going to send you a link via Facebook here. I don't know if it's the right shade. So let's see here, and it looks like it's $150 plus shipping. But they're calling it a lime green, but it's not really a lime green. You'll see.
So all of our many viewers out there, do you have any questions for Dana about makeup, prosthetics, or anything?
Yeah. Basket weaving, fly fishing, scuba diving.
I know you garden, and because I follow you on Instagram, and I saw that you did loofahs.
Oh my God, I grew loofahs and it was the most amazing thing ever. I still have a bunch of them. And they were like Christmas presents for everybody in my life.
Because they do grow like crazy, don't they?
Yeah. Well, they take forever to grow, but they grow. They make these huge, beautiful vines with these big, like, grape-like leaves. I guess they're more like fig tree leaves. Like, they're big, pretty leaves, and they've got these yellow, bright flowers that open up. And they just covered like one whole side of my fence. And then like grew up into a tree that was in my neighbor's backyard.
Oh, wow.
And they started making these zucchini like gourds.
How would you feel about a mandarin collar? Do you know what that is? The mandarin collar, the one that comes up and doesn't fold down. It's just...
Like
yeah. I like those a lot.
I mean, it'd be something different.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna make him a scientist lab coat in like a fake leather to go over his suit. That's gonna have a mandarin type collar, so it would work well with the jacket that I'm gonna make him.
Okay, I'm just gonna send you a few things here, and maybe it'll get you in the right direction. And if not, you'll at least know something is out there. It's just a matter of finding the right. Oh my God, the fuck is that?
It might help me with some like search words to get me in a better Google zone.
Yay, the Google.
My Google foo is not strong. Dex's Google foo is way stronger than mine. Ooh, I like this second one you sent me. That's hot.
Yeah, it's more of a modern cut suit, but it's still different enough that it might work out for you.
That's sexy, guys. I like that. That vest is really nice, too.
Yeah, that's a nice thing about these is you take the jacket off and walk around in the vest, and it still looks great.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to show Dex those for sure.
Okay, and I think I'm going to stop looking right this second, but if I run across something else or think of a better search word, because I'm horrible at searches also.
Awesome.
But I found a full Mandarin suit in black on eBay also, and it was very reasonable. But it's a matter of, can I find it? Can I find it
right now?
Well, in green.
Oh, in green, yeah. that's a pretty crazy color, it seems, to find men's dress clothes in.
Well, I thought about getting a green suit and doing Riddler because I actually like that character better than Joker, because Joker, he's everywhere. Oh, that's pretty. I'm going to put this in there. It has nothing to do with what you're looking for, but I like it.
Okay.
I think Andrea will like it too, whether for me or
I
for
can't
her.
check my messages or I lose the internet.
It'll be there. It's and Dana could tell you what it looks like. She could just go, ooh, ah.
My phone is buzzing in the window. I hear it.
Let's see. Oh, it's like a blue. Hold on.
Yeah, click on it so it makes it big. And yeah, it's like a deep electric blue Indian looking. There you go.
Oh, I like that. That's nice.
Yeah. It's pretty. I like the swirls on the collar and stuff. I also want to start making, I'm going to be putting out, if I can edit it because I'm so slow at editing videos. I made a Avatar, The Last Airbender, Korra workout, like belly dance workout clothes.
Mm-hmm.
And I made a video of how I sewed my Katara cosplay. So I'm going to have a cosplay DIY video coming out on my YouTube channel soon, which will be awesome.
I'm finding,
and I want to make some Avatar stuff for Dex because those costumes are so comfortable. Like they wear pretty much pajamas the entire show.
Yes.
That's why we like our Indian outfits.
Yes. Oh, you guys look so smashing together in your Indian outfits.
We went to the Festival of India celebration in Richmond, and it was like a yard sale. I got the outfits for like $8 a piece.
That's so awesome. I want to go to that. That sounds so cool.
It's in August.
Oh, I want to go.
Well, apparently we need to put a call out when we go because there's been quite a few. Oh, I'd go. I'm like, okay, well, we need to.
And they have all kinds. I loved it. They had all kinds of dancers, performers. They had clothes, food. Yes, they had all of that. It was so awesome.
Did you see Andrea's henna at Mysticon?
Yes. Oh my God, that story was so awesome.
That's a great story.
And it looked so great.
She just sat there and real quick and okay, wow. All right.
I just ordered some henna from a company that I've been following for a minute. I'm gonna try and test it out. Okay, so I have a video question. I don't know if anybody else is interested in this, but like, do you prefer? I know you do live on Twitch, but if it was gonna be like a shorter session, would you prefer like live YouTube, live Facebook, live Instagram? Because I feel like everybody has a live streaming service now.
They do.
And I feel like for stuff like Twitch, doing stuff that's less than 30 minutes to an hour doesn't really make sense.
Here's what I did.
We do it all the time.
Because I had the same issue. When I started doing Twitch and I started doing YouTube almost simultaneously, and then of course Facebook came out with their live streaming, and as you said, Instagram, etc., so on. I went, which one do I use? Which one is most effective is the bottom line, is where are your followers? Where do you draw your audience mostly from? Now, I avoid Facebook. I don't like Facebook because of their algorithm of, I have 1,600 plus followers on the Talk of the Tavern page, and if I post something, if it has a link leading you out of Facebook, I don't even get double digits that see it. If it's a post that keeps them on Facebook, I maybe get 25 to 50, 80 for something exceptional. When I once reported a murder within the steampunk community, I got thousands. But that was something where everybody shared and everybody interacted and everybody reacted. So their algorithm, and that's the older algorithm. That's not even the murder algorithm they have now. And when I pay for something, even if I boost a post and pay for it, it doesn't even mean all my followers are going to see it. So,
yeah, no, I don't pay. Because as soon as you start paying for Facebook, they won't show your stuff until you pay them.
Right.
Well, I also with Twitch, I think Travis has found that with Twitch, you can also post it to YouTube. So, isn't that right?
It is.
Yeah.
Now, once you're on Twitch,
I haven't figured that out yet.
It's very easy. Now, once you're on Twitch, if you're just a regular user, you can immediately, as soon as you're done broadcasting, export it to YouTube. Within minutes, it's up there. If you're an affiliate, which means you hit a certain point, they go, congratulations, you're an affiliate. You now have to wait 24 hours after the end of the broadcast before you can put it on YouTube by their terms of service. So they're giving you a little more. They expect a little more from you.
Why is that?
Just basically proprietary. You know, they're like, hey, we're the ones that got you to this level. You're working with us. We get first dibs on you.
Oh, I get it. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
And I'm okay with that.
Right. Kind of like how Patreon, a lot of people who do Patreon videos will wait like a week or so before they put it on YouTube just so that they can get the views and stuff.
Right. And what I did is I just looked at where my strengths are. Twitch was performing better than YouTube. And YouTube just changed their thing where now you have to have 1,000 followers and 4,000 hours watched in the last 12 months. And I've been monetized 2 other times on YouTube, and each time they have changed their requirements, so suddenly I'm no longer monetized. And after that, I'm just like, yeah, I can bust my ass and pull this on YouTube, or I could do this on Twitch where I'm already seeing results and I'm pulling in an audience and whatnot. So the bottom line is, go look at your followers. If Instagram is your best, now what I recommend you do at the end of each and every video, put a card in front of you that says, remember to tell everybody, check me out on YouTube, check me out on Twitch. And if you can, line up your username the same on every social media you have. Now, we have one friend who's in the movies. So she kept her real name on this one because that's where the movie people know to look for. But her other stuff, she changed it. So you can do it with multiple names. But of course, if you have one name, then when somebody hits Google, it brings up all of it together.
All of it.
And see, I was trying to go under not just belly dance for a really long time, but it's a little long. It's hard to get everywhere. So right now it's just Dana Beaufait and Weirdo Chick. Those are my 2. So pretty much all my social media, you can find me by typing in either one of those things. But no, that makes sense. I'll have to check that out and see where I'm at because I want to do some more quick live videos. And
I'm prone to say go with Instagram.
Well,
I'm thinking Instagram too.
Let me say, because I love to watch you do your makeup before a show. And when you go live, I'm like, and you're just like, oh, that doesn't work, and put something else in. It's awesome. I love watching that. And I used to be notified every time you go live on Facebook, but I guess with the algorithms, I don't know when you do anything. So keep that in mind, that a lot of people may not know.
A few other things. I don't know if you do. Don't put personal stuff up there. Don't put, I'm having a bad day, I hate this bitch, or any of that stuff. Keep that stuff to yourself. Keep your...
I've never seen her do that.
Yeah, well, I don't put political things on my Facebook page.
Right. Now, it's one thing...
She does makeup.
With Talk of the Tavern, we've always supported the LGBTQ community. And with that, on occasion, I'll definitely support events. Sometimes, if a law change is coming, I'm definitely reposting that. And I'm okay if I lose those followers that go, well, fuck you, I hate you because of that. Okay, good, get off. Because I don't need you.
Bye.
But I don't want to post who I'm voting for, or let's talk about gun control.
Yeah,
I'm talking about human rights, So
yeah, exactly.
The other thing
I don't
is,
post that stuff on there.
Spell Weirdo Chick for me.
WYRDO0O Chick CHICK.
The O0O.
I know.
Okay, that's all I'm going to say. That's the tough part of that is if somebody goes, I'm going to look up Weirdo Chick. Sure, the Y, you can go, well, that's not how you spell weird, but it is. So that one you might be able to... Mm-hmm.
It's my old WoW handle, and I tried to get it with just an O instead of a 0, and most places didn't. Right. It was already taken or whatever. So...
Yeah, because when I first did it, I didn't know if it was a capital O or a 0, because it doesn't.
Yeah, because it doesn't put the lines through it.
Right, and that's the issue I see with that. And I only suggest that as a friendly thing of, and it can be one of those things. I know with Twitter, you can change your handle. I don't know about Instagram. Facebook, you can. Twitch, I don't remember because I haven't tried to do it, so I don't. But yeah, you might be able to take what you currently have since you're just starting with a lot of this. For example, if you're Twitch, you can't change it, and you want to just go with Dana Weird Chick. If that's what you want to go with and spell weird normal, but because you have Dana, nobody else has claimed this, well, maybe start a brand new Twitch channel, because at this point, you got 4 videos from 2 to 5 years ago. Screw it. Right. Throw it away. Start again. No big deal. Now, on YouTube...
Keep it super simple. That's all.
Yeah, with YouTube, you've got, 500 subscribers, right?
Yeah, I just got 500. I just got 500 subscribers.
Yeah, you don't want to reset that clock. Yeah, that one, if you can't...
I've had that YouTube channel for 8 years.
And let's see, have you... Let me pull this up real quick. Okay, good. You do have the Weirdo Chick up there as youtube.com/weirdochick. But even
I posted all that.
You might be able to go change that name, Weirdo Chick, to Dana Weird Chick.
But here's the thing. When I went to YouTube, I looked up Dana, and it came up with that. So you could look it up either way.
Yeah, I tag everything with both so that you could look it up by my name or my handle.
Now, do you know about Instagram hashtags? Let me turn this over to Andrea for a moment. And if you get duplicate information, great. If you get new information, even better. So
you can use like 30 of them. Use 30 of them. Use as many as you can. Hashtag everything. And when you start to type it, it shows the numbers. Mm-hmm. Go with the highest numbers, and it just. And once I learned this and started hashtagging, 2 or 3 followers a day.
Oh wow!
Also, when you hashtag,
it's a big thing.
Because of your username, if you have weird000, hashtag weird chick, hashtag weirdo chick, with the common spellings of both. This way, if people are looking for you, your hashtags are going to find them.
Do it every way you can that people will do it, because people are lazy. I'm lazy, so I think like that. What would the laziest person do? What would they look for? So there you go.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, that's great information. Because I was looking up Instagram algorithms, and I was like, did they take away the hashtag thing, or is it still relevant, or
still very relevant?
Yes, you want to use it.
Awesome. Yeah, I can totally do that for sure. What I usually do is I make like a list in my notes, and then I'll just and
then copy paste. Yes, that's what I do.
That's a great way to do it.
Because it takes forever to come up with all of those hashtags.
It does.
It really does.
And if you have time, it is. And it could take up a lot of damn time, which is part of the reason I'm pulling away from Facebook as much as possible. And also, I'm getting more views and reactions off Instagram than Facebook.
Here's the thing. I have my
Instagram, which is fun.
I have my Instagram connected with my Facebook. I really don't go on Facebook. I took it off my phone. So I only go when I'm on my computer once in a while. Have your Instagram connected to your Facebook and your Twitter, so you just hit the button and it goes to all of them.
Yeah, I do that.
Okay, that.
And then
my Twitter is connected to my Facebook too.
Right. And then make sure you have notifications on your Twitter and Facebook. That way, if somebody responds to your post, you can interact. And that's, about that. Interact. That builds your views. It puts you higher in the algorithm, et cetera, et cetera. And also, the bottom line is it creates community and connection between you and your followers. And that's
which is definitely what I want. Like I want to have a community that I can talk to about stuff and work with and have fun and do stuff.
As you grow, let's, whenever we can, work together. And cross our channels and share videos. And by the way, Mo says, by the way, Andrea, the Instagram posts to Facebook aren't shareable. Tried to share it today and it wouldn't let me. You may want to see if you can change a setting for that. Yeah, if you have it on private to your friends only as opposed to public, it won't be shareable.
Yeah,
because I'm getting off of Facebook for the most part, but I'll change that setting, Mo. Yeah. Got it.
Which actually, that's the time to go ahead and change it, because we're no longer putting up personal life stuff. Like we put up the fallen trees.
I never did anyway.
Because that's really kind of interesting. This a huge tree fell in your yard, and it's not bitching about it. It's just look at nature.
Right.
Well, he did that because we were supposed to do a show, and instead he went live on his phone. Look, here's trees.
But yeah, it's
And I was going to say, we're new to the during the week thing, the Tuesday through Thursday. It's been about a month, so we're still getting numbers on that. Monday shows, we have bigger numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
And the quickest way to grow a YouTube channel is collaboration with other channels to tap each other's audiences. And I have nobody to collaborate with. There's been a few people I've approached, and not pointing fingers, but it's kind of like you and me where we went, great idea, and then we haven't done it. So, and that's why, like, I've mentioned it 5 times this show, because I really want to do it. I like you. I work well with you. You get my humor at least enough to ignore it, if not enjoy it. So, yeah, and if that means I do, show up at one of your flash mobs, and I, do myself, talk at the tavern, let's see what's happening, and turn it around, and then have your event, or whether I'm just filming it for you, and then down in the thing below that nobody ever looks at, you put, thanks to Talk of the Tavern, here's a link to their YouTube. Whatever.
Yeah.
What's the next best thing to being incredibly successful is helping other people that you like be incredibly successful.
Yeah, for sure. And that's why, I like to do interviews. I like to host interviews, and I like to do stuff with other people because it's fun.
Absolutely.
And it's fun to help them and learn about stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. That's how
I like to learn.
Whole show is based on that. That's why it's a conversation instead of just an interview, and that's something else. When you're on the show, you can ask us questions like we're doing right now. Andrew?
Yeah, which is really awesome.
I was going to say, we have 9 minutes left. You want to talk about the rest of the week's shows?
I do.
Who are we going to raid? Toey's on. We should raid Toey.
Oh, I wonder if Toey's going to stay on. You know what? I pop over to her Twitch real quick and make sure she's going to be on past 4. But don't forget, if Dana's going to broadcast, we will just keep broadcasting, let you log out of here and go log into yours, and then we'll raid you directly.
Da-da-da.
So, now, tomorrow we have... yeah, here comes Mr. Bitey Otter. Tomorrow we have Jay Smith, who is an author, blogger, podcaster, and a award-winning audio dramatist. Monday is going to be a fun time, talking about cult movies and musicals with Cyrenix and company from Charming Underclothes. And Tuesday next week we have Nightwatch Paradox with Andy Hunt and Andrew Stainer as our Tunesday guests. Wednesday, nice. Sean Durrington, who we met at Mysticon. He was our artist guest of honor.
He draws little monsters.
He does, and they're adorable. And he's just fun. He's just a good guy to hang out with. Now, Thursday, next Thursday, I'm very excited about this, and I don't know why. I don't have a solid reason to be excited. We're going to discuss fairy culture. And we have Karen Kay, who is the publisher of Fae Magazine out of the UK, and Tara Moeller, who's putting together
Who's Mo's mother?
Mo's mother, and she's doing an anthology that I'm part of for MarsCon next year that's all fairy-based. So it's going to be a busy week, but a great week next week. And,
oh my god, I love Fae Magazine. I follow them. That's so awesome.
Well, I'll tell you what. Lurk in the background and join the show and listen in. And I'm not saying we'll bring you on, but we've been known to bring people on in the middle of the show, especially if they have something to add to the topic, whether it's just questions or...
And we know their equipment works.
That's very true. Yeah, if you think you're going to attempt this and you're not sure about your equipment, get on with us Wednesday after we do the show. Go test my equipment. I'll leave it set up.
Right.
So, yeah. But that's next week. Oh, do we have any plans this weekend? I want to say, there's a gaming day this weekend.
I'm going to be working because is this Memorial Weekend or no?
Yeah, that's next weekend.
Oh, well, hell, I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
Now,
you guys can come down to Norfolk. The Greek Festival is happening this weekend.
Oh.
It's possible. We'll discuss that more after the show. The main library in Gloucester on Saturday from 10:30 to 4, they have a gaming day. So they have all kinds of board games, video games that everybody can come in and play. So check that out if you're in the area.
That's awesome.
It's 10:30 to 4, I believe.
Correct.
I used to live
Saturday.
Correct. So we may or may not be appearing there, depending if Andrea has to work. If she has to work, I'm going to stay home and work. I have a book that needs edited. My editor is Tara Moeller. So one more shout out to her. Oh, Mo says that they'll be at Greek Fest, so maybe you can wander by or recognize each other. Mo will look like a bunch of letters in a row.
I recognize those orange letters anywhere.
That's right. Oh, they are orange on your screen. It changes depending whose screen you're looking at. So they're orange on mine too. It's Mo, if you keep hanging on weekdays, I'll end up making you a moderator when we get larger and need people to crowd control. So, yeah. And that's another thing. If we start working together on Twitch...
Oh, so you live close to me, Mo.
Mm-hmm. Eventually, if we show up on each other's Twitch channels, whether it's watching or guesting, I will make different people moderators. So once you have 1,000 viewers, when you get that one jerk in there, I can run a show and you can go, I'll kick their ass out. You know?
Yeah.
And as you saw with the I Swallow Semen person, we didn't immediately go, oh, ban them. No, we went, let's see what they're up to before we do that.
Well, and see, once you start streaming on Twitch, I've been known to, even if I can't sit and watch the broadcast, I'll run in, throw a couple hundred bits, and run away.
Bits.
Absolutely. Just a quick hello. So, let me ask, before we decide who to raid, are you going right on Twitch? Should we wait for you to get on?
I am. I'm going to go and I'm probably just going to take like a 5-minute break and then I'm going to set my stuff up and start streaming. So
here's what we do. Andrea and I will stay on and linger. You go grab a smoke, get set up, send us a Facebook message.
And then we'll raid you.
Once you're live and streaming, and we'll raid you. So go do your thing. Thank you for joining us. And we will see you again in a few minutes.
In like 10 minutes.
Yeah. I had so much fun. Thank you so much. Talk to the Tavern.
Bye.
I'm gonna go.
There we go. I just went ahead and removed her from the group. That way we don't... Oh, let me adjust my screen size. I'm like covering your neck. Make me smaller. Make you huge.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, I will. Let's see.
Oh my goodness.
What happens if I do that? Then I could take this and move it over here and move me over here. There we go. See, I'll make us almost the same size. They get to see my background for a second there. So tomorrow we have our podcast.
Jay Smith.
And we'll... Now, we've never actually met him, so that'll be interesting.
You never what?
We haven't met him.
Oh, no. Have not.
So, hold on. If I'm
just watching you move everything.
There we go. Mo's a moderator. Mo, I'll give you moderator lessons one day. There's not much to it at this point, but, once we have our huge crowd, we'll definitely appreciate that. And... if it gets to a point where you're too busy, well, this is why we have multiple moderators, isn't it? It's people I trust. Oh, you're so tired. What do we got planned for tonight? What are we doing? I know I have to edit a little.
I have a project I'm working on because I cleaned my craft room, and I'm going through all my crafts and finishing them, and I made, of course, all these awesome little skull top hat ornaments. And then I have boxes of other things. I want to do a project, at least get one project a week done. So
that works out.
That's what I'm doing.
Do we have plans for dinner?
Yeah, Indian food.
Okay, leftovers. Good. We need to eat them. I think we're going to finish the rice tonight, and the rest we might freeze some of that, the tiki masala.
Yeah. I made the Indian rice and some scrambled eggs with soy sauce and sesame oil.
So you made a fried rice type deal.
Kind of. I don't know what it is. It was really good though.
Good.
It's really good. So yay. But oh yeah, I should have when she was here right here because I pulled it out of the closet. My wine fairy tiara.
Oh
Only
yeah.
with fairies. Yeah.
We gotta start saving corks for Ed.
I have a bag of them.
I'm gonna turn my phone on a little bit so I can actually hear the notification when Dana says that she's on, and we'll be there for her first new broadcast.
Yay! Uh-oh. I done broke.
You done broke it, huh?
The wig headstand. It fell. Okay, there it goes.
So yeah, I'm going to finish editing Trio of Travelers. Well, finish. Kind of start. I'm on like page 2. There's a lot of things
Since
in there.
we have a delay, hold on.
Yeah.
Hey Mo, what project are you working on? What are you drawing today?
Oh yeah, and drop
Okay,
a link.
Travis, go ahead.
And I think your Kickstarter starts on the 1st, if I'm not mistaken. So correct me if I'm wrong on that. And we'll see what's going. Oh, I see if we have one less viewer, so that might be Dana moving over to her channel. So could be. So I'm looking forward to when we need moderators to actually moderate stuff. It's but Mo will let us know what they're doing and what they're up to. And ooh, yeah, I need to. I have a list here. Let me do this. This is a good thing. So the coloring book thing. Not yet. Not from here,
Anyway.
but it's darkening.
Coloring book.
So I have a list for the coloring books. Hold on. There it is. Okay. So I'm thinking Mo's already done one. I'll use that. And if Mo does another one, that's 2. I'll get 2 from Elizabeth. If not,
What kind of drawings do you want?
line art. So no color or anything like that. I need it for a coloring book. Yeah, I'll tell you. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Mo. Everybody could check that out right there and keep track of it. Follow or throw a little money and follow that way. Either way, track that project. 2 from Elizabeth, 2 from Michael Thompson. I may ask Jenny Bjorklund to see if she has the picture she did of me with no color.
What is the theme? Just the Talk of the Tavern stuff?
Yeah, Talk of the Tavern. And I think the pictures I'll do is maybe, an ashtray with a cigar and a drink and a crystal bottle behind it.
I was going to say, I could draw stuff. I just needed to know what kind of thing you're looking for. That's all.
Digital, Mo. Yeah, absolutely. Just like you did the last time when you were on the show and sketched something out with your finger. I just want something.
Oh, I can't do digital.
Well, you do it on paper, and then I scan it in, and then I darken the lines, and we do it that way.
Okay.
It's because I'll probably be doing it by hand also, and then scanning it in. But as I was saying, Mo, Elizabeth, Michael Thompson, possibly Jenny Bjorklund, we'll see. And then myself, and now you, Andrea. I figure ask for 2 pictures from anybody that's willing to do it. And then it's a collaboration of different art. And everybody on the bottom of their page, if they don't put it on, I will put a website. And
I have a great idea.
Awesome. I look forward to your great idea. Do you want to talk about it?
I don't want anybody to steal my idea.
Mo, can you do a picture of Deadpool attacking us while we're doing Talk at the Tavern?
Isn't that copyrighted?
Oh, it could be. That's true. That's true. That could be a good possibility. Maybe just stick with us.
We can call him Not a Live Bathtub.
There we go. I get it now. It took me a moment. I don't swim in the bathtub. And I don't pee in the pool.
Oh, no. What's the damn about? Is it Not a Live Bathtub?
I think it's about the whole copyrighted issue.
Whatever. Not a Live Bathtub. It's okay. You can do that.
The ha is the Not a Live Bathtub.
Yes. Copyright.
Doing porcelain white.
Talk of the Tavern. Huh?
Gin punk. I want a gin punk something. I'd love to see us in, full mobster 1930s.
Hey, Mo. We need a gin punk mascot.
Go on, Mo. You have a good day. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
It'd be like a martini glass with Google eyes.
Hey, no. Not a live bathtub. It could be the gin pump because bathtub gin.
That's right.
See, there we go. Not a live bathtub. That's our mascot.
That's right. Just be a picture of Deadpool, all in white. Not a live bathtub.
Holding a martini.
That's right.
A gin martini. That's funny.
Gin. Instead of olives, it can have one of the tub stoppers floating in it.
Ew. The rubber ducky.
You're the one. It might take Dana a moment to get it figured out, because I don't know if Dana has like OBS set up and everything.
Oh.
So
Messenger.
here's what I'm going to pull up. I'm seeing who else is on. Okay, worst comes worst, courtroom is still on. So, okay, I'm going to type. Ready for loud typing, everyone?
Yes. Thanks to our hangers-ons. Throw some bits before you run away. We don't mind. Not at all.
Wow. Streaming is a totally different word if you replace E with a W. It's streaming.
Yeah, it is.
There we go. I sent a message. Oh, there's some bits. Oh, it's you. Hi, thank you.
Yeah, I watched videos before the show started.
I did too.
I got a couple hundred, so.
I got some bits to throw at other people, so I'm looking forward to that.
Well, I still have quite a bit left, so as soon as Dana comes on, I'll be throwing bits her way.
Well, I'm going to do this real quick. Here's to growing your community and helping others. Closing toaster.
Yeah. Did you say toaster?
No, I said closing toast, not closing toaster. That's crazy talk. Should I play the out music now? No, we should wait till we start the raid.
No.
There we go. Oh, thank you for those bits. And, So, how's the weather over there?
Just on the other side of the house.
Yeah. You know, you always know when you're like at the bottom of the barrel of conversation when you're like, so how about this weather? And I catch myself doing it once in a while. Yeah, we may have an evening storm coming in. Looking at but it's slow moving from the look of it. But yeah, out that way is very dark. So
I have stuff to do. I don't know if I'm working this weekend. We'll see. I don't know.
And something else I need to work on that we get to put on our budgeted list is I need a new battery for my computer. I'm pretty sure the battery has failed, and that's what happened. Because I've checked all the software.
What kind of computer is it? Is it a Dell? Is it a Gateway? What is it?
It's an Asus. It's a gaming machine.
Never mind.
Yeah, it's. I'm gonna pull the battery out.
I do have a battery. I have a Dell.
I'm gonna look at it, I'm gonna pull it out, and I'm gonna try to get some numbers off of it, and at least find the price. If we're looking at $20, it's one thing. If we're looking at $200, it's another.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Did she message? I hear messages.
Logging in now.
Mm.
So then we'll get to see what she talks about for an hour. All by herself.
Well, she's going to be gaming.
That's true. I can watch and envy, depending what she's playing. It's like, who was it? Was it yesterday that somebody's like, Grand Theft Auto, I could play that for hours. And it was when we went to the cigar shop last night.
Yeah, last night.
Met with Rich, and I'm like, oh, yeah, good for you. It's a game I won't let in my house.
I see Pickle, the little Pickle Man, and then our cat rolled over and went to sleep. There's Pickle Man, there's a cat, and there's a glass full of bits. I don't usually watch the actual Twitch screen, just a chat.
I actually just opened up Discord.
How did you do that?
I clicked the Discord button. It's on my toolbar.
Why did you do that?
I didn't do it on purpose. I went to click the OBS, bring it back up on top of everything else.
Oh.
Excuse me. Oh, I am ready to work. I'm ready to get up and walk around for 10 minutes before I start to work. Oof. I am, yeah. It's amazing what 3 or 4 hours on the computer can do for you when it comes to your exhaustion level.
Well, I have computer work to do too.
Yeah. Maybe I'll run around the house.
Oh, it looks like she is starting to play. Is she on?
Should be live now. Let's find out. Oh, there it is. Let's do this raid, guys. Let's go on over and see what she's got. Okay. So,
oh, I see her.
Thank you for joining. Oh, hold on. I got to type that right. All right. Thank you for joining us. Here's some closing music. We will catch you again.
Thanks for joining us for the discussion of shenanigans tonight. You are the one thing that makes the show what it is. Don't forget to join us at the tavern next week. Until then, have fun, keep learning, and be good to one another. Now, raise your glass in good cheer. Enjoy the small moments every day and steamy dreams every night.
I got the timing down. Woohoo!